We could get the tea on the real-life media mogul succession drama, or find out what life is really like for an Oscar-winning actress. I mean, with Audible, we could go anywhere. There's more to imagine when we listen. Hear the latest audiobooks, podcasts, and originals at audible.com.
Are you paying too much for term life insurance? There's a tremendous price war in term life. Industry rates have dropped dramatically in the past few years. For example, a man aged 45, non-smoker, can get $1 million of coverage for $75 per month, level rate for 10 years. Or a man aged 50, non-smoker, can obtain $500,000 of coverage for a monthly premium of $110, level rate for 20 years. That's right, guaranteed level rate for 20 years. If you're a smoker, we have great rates available for you as well. At Term Busters, we specialize in policies of $500,000 and above. If you're looking for new or replacement term life insurance, call for a free quote today. 800-200-2250. That's 800-200-2250. Don't wait. Call 800-200-2250. 800-200-2250. Sample rate quotes based on preferred non-smoker rate class. Exam required to qualify.
When you call me for an injury case, you don't pay a dime unless we win. The call and the advice are always free. Injured on the go, just call Mo. 866-CALL-MO. Mo DeWitt, Orlando's injury attorneys.
The number one cause of accidents is distracted driving, like cell phones, eating, and playing with the radio. So leave it right here on Real Radio. Injured on the go? Just call Mo.com. Mo DeWitt, Orlando's injury attorney.
Join Jim Colbert on The Jim Colbert Show for his Cigar of the Week segment every Friday afternoon at 3:45. You can pick up these featured cigars at all 3 Corona Cigar Company locations, Dr. Phillips, Heathrow, and downtown. Learn more at coronacigar.com.
O'Reilly. Stop by the new O'Reilly Auto Parts in Orlando on Curry Ford Road next to Winn-Dixie, now through March 26th for the grand opening sale. Right now, spend $20 on select Armor All car care products and get $5 back after rebate. Plus, get 3 times O Rewards points on select Seafoam products, which means you can reach your next $5 reward even faster. Visit your new O'Reilly Auto Parts today.
You don't need a resolution to lose weight. You need a solution. And that's Red Mountain Weight Loss. Red Mountain Weight Loss has full-strength semaglutide in their newest medication called Revelex. It's specifically formulated to provide full-strength semaglutide in a daily tablet. With Revelex, you'll lose up to 15 pounds a month. And it's not a shot, so you can skip the weekly trips to a doctor's office. But here's the best part. Revelex costs about half of what you'll pay for other semaglutide medications like Ozempic. That's right, I said half the price. Plus, Red Mountain includes medically supervised meal plans and free lifetime maintenance to help you keep the weight off. So why go anywhere else? At Red Mountain, you get no shots, just results for half the price. Trust the leader in medical weight loss. Red Mountain Weight Loss has helped millions of people lose weight safely, and they can help you too. Go to redmountainweightloss.com. That's redmountainweightloss.com.
GMC Sierra trucks in stock now at orangebuickgmc.com. We are professional grade.
Broadcasting live from the injury law firm of Kaufman and Lind Studios. Why Kaufman and Lind? Find out at whenyouneedus.com or dial pound 546 on your cell phone. This is WTKS FM HD1 Cocoa Beach, Orlando. Listen on your free iHeartRadio app for all your music, radio, and podcasts.
Someone's going to get offended. It's just the way the world works. So to hopefully save everyone a little time and or energy, here's this. The opinions that you hear are those of the host and callers, and not those of iHeartMedia, its management, or advertisers.
The News Junkie is on.
The 3 best friends you never knew you had, running through the most viral stories of the day.
The News Junkie Sean Wasson with Sabrina and C-Lane.
It is Thursday, March 14th, 2024. Lots to get to today, from 2 days to just okay, to there will be no air conditioning at the Olympics, and gorilla hail comes down from the sky. Plus your calls, dispatches, emails, texts, and more. Hey there, Sabrina.
Hello.
Hello, C-Lane.
Happy Pi Day.
And hello to you. You can join us on the show, all you have to do is send us a dispatch. Go to thenewsjunkie.com. Hit record on your first dispatch today. You can also watch the show on YouTube and twitch.tv/thenewsjunkie. Your message is rolling right into the studio in real time. How's everybody doing on a Thursday?
Good pie day, baby. Where to get a pie on?
All the pies. Apple, Shepherd's,
right,
pizza.
You ran out of pies after apple?
Cream.
God almighty. This is a list of my
Pumpkin.
look and say every fruit ever. Just say that and then pie.
Sean
and you're
pie.
good. I got a bone to pick with you, sir. I have a yeah.
What are we gonna do this time?
Off the bat.
Do you have any guesses as to the bone that I have to pick with you?
I
or
have
no?
a guess.
What
let me
happened?
just-
I was good. I didn't do anything. I didn't do anything.
No. Rubbish. Nonsense and rubbish.
What
So,
happened?
Sabrina, I was getting ready for the show this morning, as I always do.
Yes.
And I'm going to put my folder and my papers in place on my desk. And I glanced up at the camera and I said, oh, thank God I had to do a video yesterday for iHeart Sales, right? Because late last night I had to do a video.
Got to do mine as well.
They want to be like, hey, sales team, do a whole little pitch thing, right? So I did this little video.
I did mine. Mine was very cute. I put a lot of work into it.
Oh, good.
Just for the record, I love how they use Savannah's as a demo, and they're like, "Here's Savannah's version of this," and I go,
And she's like,
okay,
hey,
I might as
y'all,
well-
gators.
So I might as well not even do it. What am I going to do? I can't even get to an F if that's an A. What am I going to do here? Jesus Christ. So I filmed this video, and to switch the cameras around the studio, so it was like on me facing this way here. And I get into my studio this morning, and I am in nothing but my boxers. Okay,
You did that for the video.
No, not for the video. This was this morning as I'm getting ready. I'm in the studio. I'm basically John Cena at the Oscars, right?
That's your underwear?
That is very generous of you.
I am not.
In many different ways, but go ahead.
I am not wearing much, is what I'm here to say, okay? And as I'm leaning over the desk, putting my papers down, this is kind of hard
Balls
to
out.
describe. I'll redo it for you so you can kind of see. See, go to the wide shot here. So I'll show you here. This is what I was doing.
Okay.
And just imagine this,
Full boxer.
but all he's wearing is boxer briefs.
Okay, why? And you have video?
No, I don't.
Oh.
I don't.
That would've been
I'm
great.
very respectful of.
No, this son of a bitch. As I go and I see the camera switch to me in the wide shot, and I go, "Oh my God!" Somebody, Celine's looking right now.
No, so I had noticed that the light had turned on. I actually left it on, not the wide shot, in case that happened. And I saw the light turn on, and I went, "Oh!" And I hit the wide shot, and I saw the deer in the headlights look at his face as he looked at that, and I went, Maybe I'll just switch back. Maybe I'll just switch back to the thing and let him put some damn clothes on.
Compromising.
Mind you, this happened less than 30 minutes before the show started.
Great.
Well, I don't
love
get
that.
ready in my clothes. I'm not like all day and wearing my full outfit.
Maybe like some sweatpants or something?
No, I don't have sweatpants. It's hot. I'm just wandering around, as the good Lord intended. And just my boxer shorts. And, I've had a rough morning, actually.
Okay.
Sabrina goes, I got to get some stuff ready for Just Okay. Can you leave these items outside your door? And I said, of course. And so I'm sitting in bed doing show prep. And I go out and I put this huge banner thing out in front of the door.
Wait a second. Did you have clothes on when you put that stuff outside?
Well, hang on.
About that.
So, I
should have known. I should have thought in my head, why does he not have clothes on? He's already left a bunch of stuff outside for Sabrina to pick up.
I put this big banner outside the door, and then I put some bags, and then I was getting all this stuff ready so
Very
Sabrina could
easy
pick
to
it
pick up, by the way. You just laid out multiple magnets and stickers on top of it.
Okay, well, there's a
get
story
to your
behind
security cam because
All right,
it was
no.
rough for me.
No, not as bad as it was for me. When I open the door, because there's all this construction going on across the street, I'm only in my boxers.
Hey, boys!
What you guys doing?
I
got something you could nail.
Yep.
I'm all about doing that. I quickly throw the banner against the wall, and I shut the door real quick, right? And the second time I go, and I drop the bags, and when I look over, this dude right across the street turns and locks eyes with me, as I'm like throwing.
Is
and I
that
go,
the news junkie?
and I go, oh God, this guy's seeing me like the Precious character from Lord of the Rings or whatever. I'm like goblin mode out there in my boxer shorts. And so I go to get the last stack of things that I have to leave out for Sabrina, and it's a big stack of magnets, and then I forgot, but there was a stack of stickers on top. So
construction guy runs across the street to steal one. Wiggle, wiggle, pop, pop.
As I grabbed the stack, I went to just throw it like I did everything else, and I don't know what I was thinking. I threw it on top of the bags, and then it just went everywhere. And so now...
No, I noticed that when I was trying to pick it up. I could just do a swift pickup, but instead I go to security cam because I have a cigarette hanging out of my mouth like, okay, how is this going to work here? Blah, 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 almost. And then I go to leave your driveway and just almost T-bone somebody. Full honk.
Well, when it all fell, I was like, oh, God, I got to pick this up. And so I'm out there basically nude in the front yard, my ass up in the air.
In the bag, man.
I put most of it in the bag. I wasn't ready for any of this. Let's put our ears to the ground, our fingers on the pulse. Let's see what's happening in this great big wide world of ours. And we go to Kristi Noem, who is a South Dakotan, who is the governor of South Dakota. And she did a post on her Twitter account that had some people going, wait, what?
Hold up.
Her official Twitter account posted this. It's really weird. It's an infomercial.
Well, hi, I'm Kristi Noem. I'm the governor of South Dakota. I had the opportunity to come to Smile, Texas to fix my teeth, which has been absolutely amazing.
How weird is
this?
Yeah, I'm a little
She's
thrown.
the governor of South Dakota, and she posted on her official Twitter account an infomercial.
Endorsement much? Did she do hashtag ad?
You know what? Hold on. Let me see if she did. No, she didn't.
Ooh,
she didn't. Look,
that is against the FTC guidelines.
It says, I love my new family at Smile, Texas. The video says it all, and I'm so grateful for their help fixing my smile for me.
Can nobody fix a smile in South Dakota? She's the governor, and she's basically saying this state sucks at fixing smiles. I had to go all the way to Texas?
Basically, I think that's what she's saying here. And she posts this on her official account, no hashtag ad, which you can get in big trouble for.
Let's get her in trouble.
What's with this? Why did she do the smile this way? Very vaginal. Not sure.
Okay. Vaginal was one way to describe it, or vertical.
If we're
as
talking about
most
movie
people...
Teeth, then that's accurate.
Well, they literally call vertical smiles. I just saw somebody
got you there
in the chat mention that, and I'm like, well, it's a teeth-laden one, but it is one nonetheless. And so she posed this.
For years, I have needed to have an adjustment to my teeth from a biking accident, and they have been absolutely phenomenal. Years ago, I was out bike riding with all of my kids when they were little.
This is 5 minutes long.
I had a biking accident and knocked out all of my front teeth.
Isn't this weird that they just posted this?
First of all, that's still who? Let me guess. The guy who paid her to make this 5-minute video?
I might be, because he's got like the dental mask and the gloves on and everything. I think he might be the dentist who was responsible for this. That's really weird. But you know what's even really weirder?
Go ahead.
You guys ready for this?
What?
Yeah.
It is time to determine who is the smartest person on the show.
Why?
All right.
Okay.
Here we go.
And
Today is, indeed, as C-Lane rightfully pointed out, Pie Day. And now all you have to do is say pie as far as you possibly can. Whoever gets further gets the official award for smartest person on the show.
would you mind telling us what the official award is first?
The official award is me saying you're smart.
Okay.
Me saying you're the smartest person on the show. And a high five. Just like
and
that.
A high five. Okay.
A high five. Yes. All right.
Go ahead.
I will say,
Ladies
if I was thrust upon this right now, I would probably only get to the 3.14. That's what I would end up at, because pi is, to me, 3.14. But you always see those nerdy Indian kids, and they're like, they keep going.
Usually
Interesting to see.
A lot of times the ones that can go the furthest have a little touch of the tism.
Oh, yeah, because they memorize insanity.
No. They don't memorize it. They visualize it. If you're there's kids on the spectrum that participate in these like events where they say pi to like hundreds of places. They like see it in their head as like peaks and valleys.
Oh, no. People are already trying to cheat. Don't take advice from the folks in chat because that's not right, first of all.
All right.
Sabrina, are you ready?
Oh, yes.
3, 2, 1, go.
Let me close my eyes real quick. 3.1415926.
Weird, your eyes aren't closed.
No way. Absolutely 0% chance.
3589793238846 271-543. If I could say all the random numbers, how are you verifying it?
Yes, I'm looking at it in real time, and
just like you are.
I don't have time for this.
All right, happy Pi Day, everybody!
Happy
Congratulations,
Pi Day.
We did it. Okay,
I was going to say 14159. Is that right?
I think 3.141 is right. Yeah, 5.9.
Yeah, I would have been right there.
Yeah, and then from there it just turns into gobbledygook, and only really weirdos.
It would literally
know
take
all
us
that.
a whole segment to read all the numbers.
It goes forever, doesn't it?
No, it would take us our whole lives.
Yeah, but what? Hold on. What's
Look
the
at this.
record?
This is the entire.
it?
This is. Can we
I
see
can't
it?
see. Oh yeah.
Oh, stupid phone. Anyways,
right.
I'll send it to you, but it goes for 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 scrolls.
World record.
It's an infinite number.
Mina. Yeah, it just keeps going.
I'm just saying, it's crazy to look at on the phone, Z-Lane.
Rajveer Meena, world record holder, named pi to 70,000 decimals. And he's got a lie that is his story.
Lie
They said
pi.
the way Rajveer learned pi to all these, 70,000 decimals is he associated it with a story in his head. And they said, like, he would remember the story and it would help him rifle off the numbers for pi. No way. The only way they could do that is they do the math in their head. They keep doing the math equation that yields them the next digit of pi.
But what's the math equation?
Great question.
I forgot.
That should have been it. That should have been the
Length
smartest.
times circumference or something. Pi times.
Because when we were in grade school, they said it's roughly 22 divided by 7, but it's not exactly 22 divided by 7.
It is.
It is. I don't care. This is why I don't do math for a living. Like
3.14. That's what we're sticking with. All right. We're just going to stick with that on Pi Day. Thank you, everybody, for hanging out with us. We've got tons of stuff to plow into face first today, and we want to hear from you. Your dispatches are coming up from thenewsjunkie.com. Also, what's going on in Haiti? And should we go there? Now, cruising to Haiti has stopped and has halted. Is this a terrible time for a vacation? Some say yes. Why are these crazy people saying yes? You'll find out. That's coming up next on the News Junkie.
Sure, you could use it to work out.
Are you ready to work together to create a healthier life?
Or you could just say, Alexa, play Real Radio 104.1 on iHeartRadio.
From the Clausman Law Traffic Center, car crash, call Clausman Law. ClausmanLaw.com.
There's still stop-and-go traffic on I-4 eastbound before US 27 and approaching State Road 429. Congestion through the city between Princeton Street and Robinson Street on I-4. Around the perimeter of I-4, traffic is pretty mellow on State Road 429 in the Greenway. Authorities are clearing up an accident on Dean Road northbound south of Piney Point Circle. See traffic troubles, call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change Traffic Tip Line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm James Birmingham.
This report is sponsored by the new Banana Boat 360 coverage. This sun season, Banana Boat is giving you a new way to spray. Introducing new Banana Boat 360 coverage. Better control for better coverage with a reusable sprayer and refill. From sport formula to kids SPF 50+. Shop Banana Boat 360 coverage at Walmart.
My wife and I both, we ended up mildly sick for a few months, and the nasal congestion was probably the worst part. I had like a post-nasal drip, just super congested all the time. We were taking everything we possibly could, but nothing really worked.
Kyrie was miserable until a friend recommended Navage. Navage offers immediate drug-free congestion relief, flushing your nasal passages with refreshing saline and sucking out mucus, germs, and other airborne irritants. Don't live in misery this cold season. Use Navage so you can breathe easier, sleep better, and feel your best right away.
The biggest thing Navage has done has completely cleaned out my nasal passages. It was from the first use. I was able to just clear out anything that was stopping me from breathing correctly. Navage helps me clear the way, literally clear the way for me to operate better in the rest of my life.
Experience the Navage difference yourself. Navage is available at Navage.com or at Walmart, Walgreens, CVS, and Rite Aid. Navage, N-A-V-A-G-E.
Tax Talk with Straight Talk.
You give and you give. This tax season, you get with Straight Talk Wireless. You get a reliable 5G network and unlimited data and a new Samsung Galaxy A15 for just $99. So you can give your janky phone to your kid. Yeah! Good talk.
Switch to Straight Talk for plans starting as low as $25 a line per month for 4 lines. Find us at Walmart and StraightTalk.com. For network management practices, visit StraightTalk.com. Device offer ends 4/14/24. In-store activation on single Silver Unlimited plan or higher required. Family plan discount with 4 lines all on the Silver Unlimited plan. Taxes and fees apply.
Getting quality employees to fill positions in your company is essential, but finding those people can be a major hassle unless you use ZipRecruiter. ZipRecruiter makes finding quality people a breeze. ZipRecruiter's advanced technology identifies candidates with the right skills, sends you great matches, then you can easily invite them to apply. 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. See for yourself. Go to ZipRecruiter.com/free to try ZipRecruiter for free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
Pizza's here.
Oh, great. I'd love some, but I'm worried about my stomach issues.
If you're worried about having diarrhea, gas, bloating, stomach pain, or loose, oily stools, it may not just be stomach issues. It could be a condition called exocrine pancreatic insufficiency, or EPI. With EPI, the pancreas doesn't release enough enzymes to break down food, but EPI is manageable. Use the symptom checker on identifyepi.com and talk to your doctor. That's identifyepi.com. Sponsored by AbbVie.
International Diamond Center invites you to step into a world of elegance and luxury as we roll out the red carpet for the world's 2 largest bridal designers this weekend. Tacori and Viraggio are here with their entire collections. Exceptional handcrafted rings made with intricate detail and craftsmanship. See the entire collection from Tacori. Exquisite handcrafted rings from true artisans in California. And here from New York, see all the latest from Viraggio. Unique, distinctive, and personalized. Find the ring of your dreams and enjoy 2 years 0-interest financing. Plus, at this event, when you buy any Tacori or Viraggio ring, IDC will give you a $500 gift card. Buy the matching wedding band and get a $1,000 gift card. Don't miss this spectacular event featuring the most exclusive designers in bridal, and let IDC's experts help you match up the most perfect diamond for the ring you'll fall in love with. It's happening this Friday through Sunday, exclusively at International Diamond Center. All 4 Orlando locations on approved credit.
Hey, let's get out of here. With Audible, we could root for a lone astronaut as he tries to save Earth from disaster. Maybe go for a run with the founder of the world's biggest sneaker brand. We could get the tea on the real-life media mogul succession drama. Or find out what life is really like for an Oscar-winning actress. I mean, with Audible, we could go anywhere. There's more to imagine when we listen. Hear the latest audiobooks, podcasts, and originals at audible.com.
Tommy Mello here, owner of A1 Garage Door Service. Springtime savings are here, and now is the perfect time to service your garage. A1 is also your one call for garage floors and garage storage. Don't wait until a simple garage door repair becomes a major problem. If your garage door is noisy, if bugs are getting in, or if it struggles to open, your garage door is in need of a repair. Call today and take advantage of our $29.95 tune-up special.
A1 from day one.
Are allergies holding you back? Take control with Aspire Allergy and Sinus, your one-stop solution for a breath of fresh air. Our expert team offers comprehensive allergy testing and cutting-edge treatments so you can enjoy life without the hassles of sneezing and sniffles. Say goodbye to allergy and sinus struggles and hello to a healthier, happier you. Go to AspireAllergy.com today to ditch those temporary fixes and schedule your appointment. That's AspireAllergy.com.
Enjoying the news junkie? You've probably heard a ton of injury attorney commercials, but if you are injured and need a lawyer, who's the right lawyer for you? That's why we offer our 30-day risk-free trial. If you are not 100% satisfied with the way we treat you in your case within the first 30 days, you can take your file back and you owe us nothing. No fees, no costs, and no questions asked. Injured on the go? JustCallMo.com. Go to JustCallMo.com. Mo DeWitt, Orlando attorney.
The free iHeartRadio app has over 100 original stations waiting for you to explore right now, like 24/7 comedy.
Men don't settle down. We surrender.
Women, we never express the emotions we're actually feeling, right? I'm fine means I'm about to stab you in the neck.
Clips from today's top comedians and the greatest of all time.
Donut hole. If you want a donut, have a donut. Why are you eating the hole?
When you need a laugh, just open the free iHeartRadio app and search comedy.
You can actually change the station.
iHeartRadio. Free never sounded so good.
Injured? Hire the largest injury firm in the world. Morgan & Morgan, for the people.
They're best friends, unless they're fighting. Are they fighting?
Position I found myself in this morning when I was putting a bunch of news junkie magnets outside the door so Sabrina could grab them for the event that we're working on. I said, so my boxers, I'm out there, and like I drop stuff, I'm fumbling around. The construction workers, these big bad men across the street are looking over at me and laughing.
Not to mention the compromising position of finding yourself on camera in your underwear with a bunch of papers bent over the desk.
One of those mornings for me. That's what I'm facing down here. And Courtney pops open the door to the studio and goes, I saw the video of you at the front door. And I'm like, what? You're supposed to be on my side.
If
What the
Sabrina
hell
were
is
in the room, she would be offering money to Courtney right now for a copy of that video.
I said, what are you doing?
I'll have you know that this is not the first time I've seen you walk through the studio in your underwear.
Mm-hmm.
And it's not even the second time. I just don't say anything, so I pretend we don't talk about it, and then so as not to like overstay or overuse my privileges with the studio.
Because you don't mention it doesn't mean it didn't happen.
Yeah, but I don't want to. I don't want you to think that that's just going to be a thing. Like pulling stupid clips of you from the show. That's a thing. But just taking screenshots. You have to have some sort of idea or some sort of even like pretend privacy.
I would love that. Yeah. And Courtney's like, I saw it. You look so stupid. Like, right, the one person who I think, well, I could trust her. I've been with her for a decade, like all is well. I could trust her to not go and check out the footage of me in my boxer shorts almost falling over at the front door. And the answer is no. I've got nobody. Because she looked at the footage and oh, great, you're back. Great.
Did she see my footage?
No, she didn't see you. She just went. She goes, I looked up the footage you guys were talking about, and she goes, you look like a fool.
Can we please show
No,
it? Come on, man.
God, no.
I've see it.
I've shown so many things. I can't possibly show any more than I have, I don't think. All right, I want to get into what's happening in Haiti and how there are still people going to Haiti or trying to leave Haiti, what's happening with the cruise ships, all that stuff. We'll get to all the interesting details there in just a moment. But first, a question to the two of you, unprompted, that you're unprepared for, all right? And there are no wrong answers, right? And this isn't like something, obviously you can't get in trouble for this. It's not going to make you look dumb. There's nothing like that to it. I just want your natural reaction. If I said, I'm going to snap my fingers, and right now you have to get into a vehicle, get on a plane if need be, pack all of your stuff, and you have to move to another city where you're going to be living for, let's say, the next 5 years at the very least. Where would you go? Would you already have a place in mind that you would leave here for and go and stay in that place? And I ask you this for a reason, which I'll get to in a second. But you had to. They're like, this is at gunpoint. Somebody's going, you're moving. You're leaving town right now. You have to go to one other city in the United States of America. It could really be anywhere, but in the U.S. makes more sense. Where do you say that you're going, Sabrina?
I'm just trying to think of the places that I've heard are cool versus the places I've been to. I mean, right off the bat, I feel like somewhere in Denver, Colorado. Or
All right, Denver?
Around Colorado.
Okay, you've been to Denver a couple of times.
Great times. I don't know if I could deal with the cold, but...
I think you might say Miami, just because of your, family. And
I mean, I love my family very much, but I don't think I can handle Miami, like, forever after being sent there by gunpoint.
So Denver is where you think you would go for a while.
Off the bat, off the top of my head. If I had some more time to think, it might be a different story.
And before I go to Sealand here, where do you think, because they released this change in population study to see where people were moving from and where they were moving to, do you think that Denver would be on the top of that list of places that people moved to in 2023?
It's been very, very popular. I know a lot of people have moved there and very much enjoy it. So
okay. I'm going to have you guys... Yes. Okay, you think Denver possibly is on the top of the list, and that's your choice. I'll let you guys pick out a few more.
All Day Yuckers says they'd go to Castleberry. Where are you coming from, All Day Yuckers?
You can't just go
Where are you fleeing?
You can't go to the next county, all right? You got to go to a place like a distance away. Sealand, where are you going if somebody says, get in the car, get in the
is this a permanent
plane
move? Is this
5 years at least? You're gone for at least 5 years, so you have to want to stay in this place.
Probably New York.
Oh, New York City, really?
Yeah.
New York City, big change. A lot of hobos there. A lot of crazies, but a lot of activity.
I mean, am I being forced into hobodom?
No. You'll be you'll be doing the same things, but you'll be over in that place. So New York City would be for you.
Just like if I got locally canceled or something.
Right, yeah, you got to leave
Small
town.
scale.
You got to haul ass out of here. And somebody finds out something about you and you got to leave. So you go to New York City. Do you think that New York City is on that list that people have moved to in 2023 of the top cities that people moved away to?
I think people do their time there and then get out.
All right. Well, the places that people are fleeing in droves, you can see this in front of me here if you're watching on YouTube and Twitch. Oakland, California had a big drop in people. New York had a big drop in people. San Jose, California.
Ooh, New Orleans, interesting.
Los Angeles, San Francisco, and the biggest was New Orleans with 4.3% of the population. I would guess offhand probably one of the biggest decreases they've had since Hurricane Katrina, which was obviously a huge decrease in population for New Orleans. But that's, imagine this. Imagine your city is a room with 100 people in it. In New Orleans, 4 of those people are gone. That's all the people you have, and 4 of them are gone. And of the places that people are going to, Austin, Texas is on the list, no surprise. Provo, Utah, which I don't know much about.
That's a fun name.
I don't know. Is that like a ski town maybe? Because I know there's some Utah ski towns that people really dig. Northport, Florida. Cape Coral, Florida. Port St. Lucie, you made it, baby. Port St. Lucie, Florida, and Lakeland, Florida was number 1.
And the reasons behind it?
Lakeland, I don't know, 12% growth in terms of their population from 2020 to 2023. A lot of people moved to Florida in this period of time from 2020 to 2023 because of pandemic-related stuff. Because Florida was less restrictive than places that they fled, like California. But it was more than that. It was also opening up also from the pandemic of people to be able to work remotely. And they said, well, why do I want to pay to live in New York City when I can move to, let's say, Tampa, Florida, and I can make my money go much further and I can work remotely for the company I'm working for? Lakeland was number 1. Most people were there. And 1, 2, 3, 4 of the top 5 were in the state of Florida, whilst 5 of the top 6 were in California, or 4 of the top 6 were in California.
Do they have age range or any?
No.
Are these families?
Well, they do.
Are these single people?
They do. Not in the graph that I'm looking at, but the actual study from, I'm trying to bring up the report itself, from census.gov. Pretty official, folks. Census.gov is the study, and I'm sure they have the breakdown of everybody's age and stuff. But they moved. A lot of people moved to Florida and away from California. And a lot of people are moving to places like Polk County. Many of these people are immigrants moving into the country from places like Haiti or other spots. Montgomery County, Texas, always big on the list of new folks who are moving in. Census.gov has all the breakdown of that. But New York City's population went up with C Lane going there, and it went down by 78,000 in real life, unfortunately for them.
Provo, Utah is where Brigham Young is, and I guess they're saying the city's a focus area for technology development. In Utah, there's several billion-dollar startups.
Damn.
So it's like their own little Silicon Valley.
Oh, okay. All right.
With a bunch of Latter-day Saints.
Do me a favor. What is the distance from Provo, Utah to San Francisco, California? Because I wonder if people are making that migration, right? If they're like, screw this, San Fran is full of hobos and we only clean up for the premier of China.
It's about a 774-mile drive.
Ooh, that's not very close. I thought it was closer than that.
No.
Yeah, but maybe closer than Austin, Texas? I don't know, because that's where a lot of people were going previous to this. Where would you go? Where would you move to if you had to just immediately pack up and go to another city? Do you know that right off the top of your head? Let us know. Go to thenewsjunkie.com and hit record on your first dispatch right now.
A lot of the texting services saying Lakeland is a value pick. Like you're getting a lot of bang for your buck on property and housing values.
Do you get to talk to people?
Yeah, a couple.
Hang out?
Few people. Port St. Lucie is the same way. Port St. Lucie has long been a spot where it's like you're close to West. What's wrong with Port St. Lucie?
Do you not remember the first year of the show? Where I had to go to Port St. Lucie once a week for like 3 months.
Why?
I already had this confession. I don't want to repeat it, especially if it's going to be repeated over the weekend. So
I forgot about this. Why did you have to go to Port St. Lucie?
I was pulled over there, dude. Come on. There's nothing going on. Good God.
I forgot about that. You know what they call people from there, right? And
Port
I'm not
St.
saying
Losers.
Yep, yeah.
That's an easy go-to.
That's not nice.
It's unfortunate.
I'm sure they're nice people. I'm just not a fan of their local government.
I used to be there quite a bit, delivering water. You know, back when I had the water delivery job, it was one of the places we went to was out in Port St. Lucie. And then it was like you get a house for $400,000 in West Palm, in like West Palm Beach area. You get a house for $500,000, the same house in the PGA area. And you get the same house in Port St. Lucie or Indiantown for like $100,000. It's like it was way cheaper. So people started to flock out there, and they liked it. You know, they liked those areas, and it's picked up since then. We got some people, I'm sure, right this very second listening to us from Port St. Lucie. So hello to you.
Hey, love you.
You're not losers.
No,
you're not losers. Don't let them tell you this.
Port St. winners.
Don't let them do the bit that I told you about where they said there's not a single hot girl in Port St. Lucie. We did that on a radio show one time. And lies. All of that lies. We salute you over there. Okay, we want to hear from you. How about that? Go to thenewsjunkie.com. Hit record on your first dispatch right now. The cruise ships, at least some of them, are suspending their visits to Labadee, Haiti. This was one of the cruise ports that was frequented in the Caribbean by cruise lines like Royal Caribbean. They have canceled all calls to Haiti. Why? Well, Haiti has essentially been taken over by gangs, including one run by Mr. Barbecue. Mr. Barbecue runs some of the area in central Port-au-Prince. He is the one who has been threatening with like genetic cleansing and genocide and ethnic cleansing and all these other things, a civil war inside Haiti. I guess that would be the most proper term for it. And they've tried to close down the airport, which I think they've been at least fairly successful in doing. The president of Haiti, who was engaged in all sorts of fraud, according to the people, he has stepped down, and it's just chaos. There are gangs running Haiti right now. So Royal Caribbean and the other cruise lines don't want to go there. They've canceled planned tours at the destination to give guests safety while they're at their port of call, and now they're not going to be able to visit there with any of the Royal Caribbean ships. This all kind of flowed out from a prison break in Haiti where 4,000 inmates escaped from 2 prison facilities. So obviously that's quite a problem too. And now they say Florida itself is deploying officers and a fleet to Haiti to try to halt more Haitians from coming to Florida It's like all kinds of stuff. And I don't know, do we still have Celine, can you look this up?
Yeah.
I can't Google and talk. Do we still have the wet foot, dry foot policy for Haiti?
I think it's for anybody.
It was originally for Cubans and some other countries. Haiti, I know, had been on the list.
I thought it was just for anybody that came over. It was just mostly Cubans because it was the closest, country.
For those of you who don't know, this is one of the reasons why you would have Cubans who would flee in like a Volkswagen Bug that they, fortified into some sort of boat that they could
seen
drive.
One of those in person? Not the VW Bug, but have you seen a raft in person?
No, I've just seen the photos and stuff in the news stories.
One time my family was visiting Key West and one had just come up and they had it just out on the edge of the water. And it was, so sad and so fascinating at the same time of how they rigged this up. And to think that there was 20 people in the size of what would be probably a VW Bug.
One thing that I always think about when I look at this, I know people's brains go to this is immigrants coming to this country illegally. They're going to take our stuff. They're going to take our jobs. Some people look at it sort of the way Sabrina was saying, where it's the ingenuity that it would take to be able to piece this together. I always look at that when I see a group of people that have risked it all to come to the United States of America. I'm like, damn, in this country, we have more people who will openly espouse hate for being American, for American history, for colonialism, for et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. We have more people who are American that will say that they hate America than any country has to deal with, right? On the same front, you don't see that here. Imagine how much you would have to hate your living circumstances to risk your life by getting on a Volkswagen Bug that's retrofitted to be a little tiny boat and sailing your way to the United States of America. So hopefully your feet hit the beach and the wet foot, dry foot would apply to you, meaning your foot was dry and on the beach and you could enter this country. That's crazy. You're waking up every day and you're going, I'll risk it all and I'll risk my family. I'll bring my kids over here to get to the United States of America. That's saying something right there. That's how I always look at that or have in the past. What do you think? Let us know. Go to thenewsjunkie.com. Hit record on your first dispatch today. When we come back, there are photos rolling around a school, and it is causing a lot of chaos. What's in these photos? Wait till you hear this. It's coming up next on the News Junkie.
Real Radio is the Jim Colbert Show.
All right, Space Florida CEO Rob Long laid out the agency's latest legislative priorities this week. You like that? Rob Long laid out.
Oh, yeah. People call him Rolo.
Oh, yeah. Rolo.
Yeah, he's not perfectly circle. He's Rob Long.
The Jim Colbert Show. Weekdays at 3 on Real Radio 104.1.
This weather report is brought to you by Mills Air.
I'm Fox 35 Storm Team meteorologist Jessica Dobson with a check of your Central Florida forecast. And for today, we're expecting plenty of sunshine and warm temperatures. Afternoon highs will climb well into the mid-80s with a high of 86 degrees for Orlando. Sunshine continues for our Friday. Temperatures inching their way closer to the 90-degree mark. Highs in the upper 80s for both Friday and Saturday. A high of 90 degrees, though, for Sunday before rain chances bring temperatures back down for Monday. From the Fox 35 Storm Team, I'm meteorologist Jessica Dobson.
This report is sponsored by the new Banana Boat 360 coverage. This sun season, Banana Boat is giving you a new way to spray. Introducing new Banana Boat 360 coverage. Better control for better coverage with a reusable sprayer and refill. From sport formula to kids SPF 50+. Shop Banana Boat 360 coverage at Walmart.
To thank you for 40 unforgettable years, Dell Technologies is celebrating with anniversary savings on their most popular tech. For a limited time only, save on select next-gen PCs, like the XPS 13 Plus, powered by Intel Core processors, and more. Plus, curate your dream setup with great deals on select monitors, mice, and more must-have electronics and accessories. When you shop online at Dell.com/deals, you'll have access to leading-edge technology and free shipping on everything. Again, that's Dell.com/deals.
O'Reilly. Stop by the new O'Reilly Auto Parts in Orlando on Curry Ford Road next to Winn-Dixie, now through March 26th for the grand opening sale. You'll get 2 times rewards points on select purchases, including 5 quarts of Mobil 1 full synthetic motor oil for $35.95, and receive a $10 O'Reilly gift card after rebate. Plus, buy one, get one free Coca-Cola products at your new O'Reilly Auto Parts.
Getting quality employees to fill positions in your company is essential, but finding those people can be a major hassle unless you use ZipRecruiter. ZipRecruiter makes finding quality people a breeze. ZipRecruiter's advanced technology identifies candidates with the right skills, sends you great matches, then you can easily invite them to apply. 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. See for yourself. Go to ZipRecruiter.com/free to try ZipRecruiter for free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
Pizza's here. Oh, great. I'd love some, but I'm worried about my stomach issues.
If you're worried about having diarrhea, gas, bloating, stomach pain, or loose, oily stools, it may not just be stomach issues. It could be a condition called exocrine pancreatic insufficiency, or EPI. With EPI, the pancreas doesn't release enough enzymes to break down food, but EPI is manageable. Use the symptom checker on identifyepi.com and talk to your doctor. That's identifyepi.com. Sponsored by AbbVie.
It's the Nissan Thrill of the Drive sales event at Sutherland Nissan Orlando. Score 0% financing on popular models like Rogue with no payments till 2025. And closeout pricing on remaining 2023s. Rush to Sutherland Nissan Orlando. Click OrlandoNissan.com. Home of the lifetime warranty. See dealer for details.
Sunnyside Plumbing.
Yes, I've got a leaking...
To leave us a testimonial saying how happy you are with our service, press 1.
But you haven't even...
For all other inquiries, please hang up.
Wait, what?
Hang up and call Frank Gay. We're busy watching the game.
You know what? I think I will.
When you have a leak, you need solutions on your schedule. A helpful expert who can find the problem and fix it fast.
That's the Frank Gay way.
FrankGayServices.com.
Yo, it's Angel from the Monsters. You want a big green egg? For the lowest prices anywhere, you got to go to my friends, Wassie's Meat Market. They will deliver and set up your big green egg so that you are cooking before they leave. Follow Wassie's Meat Market on Instagram or go to wassiesmeatmarket.com for your big green egg today.
In St. Augustine, Ponte Vedra, it might feel like there's not enough time to take everything in. Because once you're done exploring 42 miles of pristine coast, marveling at historical architecture, and enjoying world-class food, it'll be time to check out and head home. But that's okay. You can always stay just one more day. Visit FloridasHistoricCoast.com to learn more. It's about time.
I'm Chris Riccobono, founder of Untuck It. When I started the brand, I wanted to make the perfect fitting untucked shirt. And over the years, we changed the way guys think about how they dress. The secret was our obsession over fabric quality, listening to what our customers wanted and making everything fit perfectly. Our fit team has mastered pants, polos, sports coats, and more. So we've got you covered from head to toe. Try what millions of guys already know and love. Shop today at untuckit.com or our 80-plus stores worldwide.
Bonus savings on top brands and better sleep are all the buzz at Mattress Firm's Friends and Family sale. Hurry in to save up to $700 with your extra discount. You'll even get a free adjustable base on select beds. Plus, if you see a lower price, Mattress Firm will match it. Restrictions apply.
The winners are in from our 2024 iHeart Podcast Awards, presented by The Hartford, live at South by Southwest.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Best Comedy Podcast. This is Important. Best Health and Wellness Podcast. On Purpose with Jay Shetty. Best Sports Podcast. Club Shay Shay. Best Crime Podcast. Crime Junkie. And Podcast of the Year, New Heights.
Congratulations to all the winners we honored.
Hear these 2024 iHeart Podcast Award winners anytime on the free iHeart Radio app.
Real Radio is on Facebook at Real Radio 1041. Sponsored by the law offices of Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Have you been in an accident? Call the law offices of Anajar and Levine at 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747-3733.
Didn't mean to give you a small heart attack, C-Lane.
That's fine.
Silence on the show. Hey there. Thanks for hanging out with us.
I was recording something in one ear and listening for the start of the segment in the other ear, and then when one of those things went silent, I went, is this my fault?
No, it was me. We were talking about all the people in Haiti that are trying to get the hell out of there, including Americans. There's Americans who have been over there in Haiti, and now the gangs are running the place. They're trying to get the hell out. Eric F.
We're not talking like tourists, right? Are we?
No,
like
no.
Nobody's going to visit like the bad side of Haiti, are they?
The one that I saw was some guy who was a radio host who was involved in like a charity over there. Like it was an organization that he's part of, and that's the reason he was over there.
Does he do radio over there?
I don't know.
Does he call it Haitio? This is the important question.
Haitio radio? No, I don't think he's up to that. Eric says, America's the only country with an immigration problem, which is just stupid. But there you go. I know any country that faces mass waves of immigration, Germany, for example, a lot of European countries taking in people from Africa or Middle Eastern countries that have had some violent uproars. They almost always have issues with this. And it's because of a couple of things. One thing we tend to do is we like to just pretend immigration is always good. Like taking in people from whatever country, always good, nothing wrong with that. As if there aren't other cultures, as if there aren't other groups of people who we wouldn't want living in America. I am always a fan of a very simple thing, and it is immigration with assimilation. So anybody from anywhere on this great planet of ours, I think, could be welcomed into the United States of America. But there's a way we do things here, and it's not going to be shaped to your culture. It'll be shaped to American culture. And if you don't like that, you can piss off. See you later. Sayonara.
Strong words.
Goodbye. Because oftentimes you see this happening where, this has happened like up in Detroit, I think, where they start letting in a lot of people. In Detroit, there's a lot of people from Somalia and some other countries. And those people get here, and all of a sudden they want to live by the cultures that they left. They have a different way of thinking than most Americans do, and they just don't assimilate at all. They only hang out with other people that are also Somalian in their case in a lot of circumstances or instances, and it's just not good. I want people to come to this country. I want them to experience America, just like we're talking about these people who will risk it all to go on a boat, to try to land on the shores of the United States of America. You don't see people leaving the United States in these boats. Ever heard of anybody pushing off of Miami to head to Cuba on one of these boats? No, that's not happening.
By no means. They actually fly private there, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, right. And are we perfect?
That would be a hell of a YouTube channel.
It'd be something else. We're not perfect, but I could tell you without a shadow of a doubt that this is a place that people are still attracted to because we see these people trying to come to the country. I think that one of the only things should be that we want people who don't have some kind of criminal record. We want people who are like decent human beings and people who are willing to assimilate to American culture. That's sort of what I would put down as the baseline on all of this. Okay, we want to hear from you. Send a dispatch. Go over to thenewsjunkie.com to send those. A nude photo scandal is rocking not one, but two schools at the very least, and probably many more. First in Chicago, where naked photos were passed around a far north suburban high school, and they've prompted a police investigation. There's a person named Stevie Hyder, who is a sophomore. She found out on Tuesday that there were disturbing photos of her circulating around the school. They said, somebody just took random photos from my daughter's prom and turned them into nude images and started distributing them among the student body. The picture now has a fellow student being accused of altering by using AI technology. They said there was at least 22 of these, 22 different photos or people involved in this. And they said they think now there's around 30 girls that have surfaced where they used AI to take these high school girls.
Damn, man.
Underage high school girls, and make them nude in these photos, which, that's a weird one because, like, technically the source person is underage, and to have nude photographs of them would be against the law. But if you're
it's not
using
real?
it, yeah, it's not real. But
aren't there some, I don't know if this is something that varies by state or if it's a country thing, aren't there some places where even depictions of underage pornography are illegal, like even like a cartoon?
Yeah, not only that, there are certain countries, I don't know if we are among those countries, but there are certain countries where if you had, let's say, all right, folks, I'm going to get weird here. Just buckle up. Let's say you had a child-sized sex doll where that would be an illegal thing to own.
That was an SVU episode recently, actually.
Was it?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
It was a missing girl, and then they found a whole, spoiler alert, warehouse of sex dolls that were based on teenagers.
And it's super weird because it's like this area of law where you go, like if it was based on an actual kid, that seems really weird. I mean, all of it seems weird. But if you have AI making a photograph of somebody who's underage, but it's not an actual underage person, is that still against the law? It seems like it would almost have to be, right? Because if not, what are you doing? You're finding a stash of photos of kids at somebody's house, and you got to like sort them out to go, which ones can we determine are 100% real and which ones are possibly generated by AI, right? I think just the actual fact that you have an AI or otherwise version of it would be this.
I mean, I think the argument, not that I care to argue for it, but the argument for it would be that in the case of possession of pictures that were not generated by AI, there is a victim. You know, somebody actually was made to pose for this picture or put in a position where this picture was taken, and that is something that has been now done to them. Whereas,
but wouldn't you think it's something that is also, while not in the physical form, done to them? If you're taking their likeness and putting them in a compromising position?
We would have to break that up into categories of if AI just randomly generated something, or this case, which we're talking about, which is they actually, like if it was Sabrina, they use your likeness and they do it. So you're involved in it, right? Like whether you're a victim in it is like kind of it's a more layered, nuanced conversation to me, I think. But you're definitely involved in it. Right. And so like this is a 16-year-old kid at this school.
In this case, it's like a victim sexually.
Yes. Yeah. Because the photograph is of them in all sorts of compromising positions, as you can imagine.
Put it on the Mo list.
That's a weird one.
Leave that one off the Mo list.
What do you think? Let us know. Go to thenewsjunkie.com. Hit record on your first dispatch right now. Also, in California school, a 16-year-old there says she was mortified when she learned a former friend allegedly spread images that she claims were manipulated to show her in the nude in compromising and even pornographic positions.
This is going to be such a crazy time in the next 10 years.
It's going to be a major issue. It's going to be a major issue. Because
you know why?
But let's ban
because it's getting so much easier to do.
It is. And like you can imagine this. Like you've got a bunch of these kids at school. They're familiar with AI. They know how to use this stuff. If there's unregulated AI that allows them to create images of whatever, like the Taylor Swift nudes, then they're going to do it. You know, given the opportunity, people are going to do that. And if they're like bully kids in school, they'll do that and then they'll post the photos of the girl. And this is kind of weird for me to think about, but is there a drastic difference between, let's say you're a teenage girl in high school, okay? And at this high school, there's a photograph of you in the nude touching yourself that is going around between all the kids at school, right? Is there a shocking, drastic difference between if that photo was 100% real or if that photo just looked 100% real?
Is there?
For you, either way, people are thinking that they're looking at you nude, right?
Probably size-wise, there's a difference.
Hopefully. It's hopefully in a beneficial direction. But that people are looking at you, whether it's really you and actually a photo or not a photo.
I mean, wouldn't it, like, it's kind of a little, I don't know, in a sense, maybe defamation, where you're spreading false information, but this time false photos of somebody, and that affects their livelihood and quality of life, or has emotional damage, all that.
Oh, it absolutely could be. Like, imagine this. Imagine you took the student and you used AI to generate photographs or video of them in a sexual situation with one of the teachers.
Right.
And you spread that around and you're like, look what she's doing with Miss Johns or Mr. Johnson. This is, I should use any other name. I should use any other name than that. Mr. Smith, look what's happening in the classroom right here. And that
look what she's doing with Mr. Smith Johnson.
That's a whole nother can of worms. What do you think? Do you have kids in high school right now or in middle school where you are considering them going through this? And what do you think about this as a parent? I'd love to hear that. Go to thenewsjunkie.com and send us a dispatch right now. When we come back, a big temptation, a huge one for drivers on one particular road. Would you have taken it? We'll see. That's coming up next on the News Junkie.
Orlando City heads to the ATL to face Atlanta United FC for a Sunday showdown. Coverage begins this Sunday at 6:30 p.m. on Real Radio 104.1.
From the Goldsmith Jewelry Shop Traffic Center. Shop the best quality jewelry and lowest price. GoldsmithJewelry.com.
Travel with caution heading westbound on I-4 this afternoon. There's an accident off to the left shoulder between Lake Mary Boulevard and approaching State Road 434. Bumper-to-bumper traffic on I-4 westbound between Osceola Parkway and approaching US 27. Around the perimeter of I-4, no major issues. It's pretty mellow on State Road 429. Traffic is up to speed on the Greenway. If you see any traffic troubles, please call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change Traffic Tip Line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm James Birmingham.
This report is sponsored by Morgan & Morgan Injury Law Firm.
I'm John Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. If you've been injured in an accident and would like to know the value of your case, go to forthepeople.com to see cases just like yours. You see, all lawyers are not the same. Morgan & Morgan.
Visit forthepeople.com for an office near you. Are you paying too much for term life insurance? There's a tremendous price war in term life. Industry rates have dropped dramatically in the past few years. For example, a man aged 45, non-smoker, can get $1 million of coverage for $75 per month, level rate for 10 years. Or a man aged 50, non-smoker, can obtain $500,000 of coverage for a monthly premium of $110, level rate for 20 years. That's right, guaranteed level rate for 20 years. If you're a smoker, we have great rates available for you as well. At Term Busters, we specialize in policies of $500,000 and above. If you're looking for new or replacement term life insurance, call for a free quote today. 800-200-2250. That's 800-200-2250. Don't wait. Call 800-200-2250. 800-200-2250. Sample rate quotes based on preferred non-smoker rate class. Exam required to qualify.
Turn up the cleanliness at your restaurant, healthcare, or industrial business with Alsco Uniforms, the official sponsor of the Orlando Magic Mop Crew. We've got you covered with crisp uniforms, hygienically clean linens, floor mats, and of course mops delivered weekly. But that's not all. Alsco Uniforms also offers weekly services for first aid and restroom supplies. Discover why it pays to keep clean with Alsco Uniforms. Visit alsco.com to learn more. Again, that's ALSCO.com.
At Mayo Clinic in Florida, we're conquering the unconquerable. Using artificial intelligence and data, our experts can create a personalized gene roadmap just for you, customizing your cancer treatment, giving your body exactly what it needs to fight the disease. We're making more possible at Mayo Clinic, because every day we're doing what's never been done. Learn more at mayoclinic.org/possible. Mayo Clinic. You know where to go.
The following is a promotion of Guarantee Media and not iHeartMedia or this station. Attention! Our friends from Guarantee Media are giving away a 5-day Caribbean cruise with all meals and entertainment included for only $99 to the first 50 listeners to tell me the name of a country without the letter A in its name. You know it? A country that doesn't have the letter A on its name, and you'll go on a cruise to the Caribbean. Text your answer to 96551 and you'll get a 5-day Caribbean cruise with all meals and entertainment included. You heard right. Be one of the first 50 to text the name of a country without the letter A in its name, and you'll go on a 5-day cruise. Text your answer to 96551. 96551. That's 96551. Be one of the first 50 listeners to tell me a country without the letter A in its name and get a 5-day Caribbean cruise with all meals included for only $99. Text your answer to 96551. Text a country without the letter A in its name to 96551. This is not a contest. It is a paid advertising by Guarantee Media with the purpose of soliciting sales on vacation ownership and is not affiliated with iHeartMedia. Some terms and conditions apply.
Rev up your automotive care with Amazon. For DIY projects and regular vehicle maintenance, Amazon Automotive makes finding the right parts for your car easy. You can use your garage to easily view, manage, and use the automotive parts finder to find parts for your saved vehicles. Just add your vehicle's details to your Amazon garage. Then shop with confidence using Amazon's part finder to explore compatible parts and accessories and receive customized recommendations. Get started today at Amazon.com.
This is trial attorney Jeff Kaufman from the injury law firm of Kaufman and Lind. Whenever you hear the words, "This call is being recorded," understand this is not for your benefit. In my experience representing thousands of clients over 25 years, I have seen insurance companies use these recordings to deny responsibility and avoid paying medical expenses. Let your attorney do your talking for you. Contact us at whenyouneedus.com or dial pound 546, Office Orlando.
Pizza's here. Oh, great. I'd love some, but I'm worried about my stomach issues.
If you're worried about having diarrhea, gas, bloating, stomach pain, or loose, oily stools, it may not just be stomach issues. It could be a condition called exocrine pancreatic insufficiency, or EPI. With EPI, the pancreas doesn't release enough enzymes to break down food, but EPI is manageable. Use the symptom checker on identifyepi.com and talk to your doctor. That's identifyepi.com. Sponsored by AbbVie.
Getting quality employees to fill positions in your company is essential, but finding those people can be a major hassle unless you use ZipRecruiter. ZipRecruiter makes finding quality people a breeze. ZipRecruiter's advanced technology identifies candidates with the right skills, sends you great matches, then you can easily invite them to apply. 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. See for yourself. Go to ZipRecruiter.com/free to try ZipRecruiter for free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
Hey, let's get out of here. With Audible, we could root for a lone astronaut as he tries to save Earth from disaster. Maybe go for a run with the founder of the world's biggest sneaker brand. We could get the tea on the real-life media mogul succession drama. Or find out what life is really like for an Oscar-winning actress. I mean, with Audible, we could go anywhere. There's more to imagine when we listen. Hear the latest audiobooks, podcasts, and originals at audible.com.
My friends at Mills Air have been in business since 1992. That's over 30 years. They're a Carrier Factory authorized dealer, and there are rebates that you get up to $1,275 on a brand new Carrier unit. If you're going to go with the experts, you got to go with Carrier, and you got to go with millsair.com. That's where I got my system. I absolutely love it. And you got to make sure you do maintenance on your AC system. They do service on all brands of AC, and it can detect and prevent an upcoming breakdown for you and save you a lot of money. You can count on millsair.com.
Lose up to 15 pounds per month with Revelex from Red Mountain Weight Loss.
Portions of the following program were pre-recorded.
Broadcasting live from the injury law firm of Kaufman and Lind Studios. Why Kaufman and Lind? Because your case matters. Contact them at whenyouneedus.com or dial pound 546 on your cell phone. This is WTKS FM HD1 Cocoa Beach, Orlando. Listen on your free iHeartRadio app for all your music, radio, and podcasts. On the bright side, we're not dead yet. You're listening.
Still K8, depending on when you're listening to this. And we can't wait to see you out there. Get your tickets right now at realradio.fm/justokay. Brought to you by Mills Air. Our friends over there are stepping up and sponsoring the amazing event. Talked to our friend Leon yesterday for a little bit. He's excited to come out for Just Okay 8.
Is this his first?
I think it might be, actually. I'm not
You're in
sure.
for a real treat, Leon.
Yeah, he's ready to go. He's ready to party a little bit. I'll tell you, yesterday, C-Lane and I had the very first practice ever in person for our duo.
Good timing, for sure.
After the practice, Courtney said, "How did it go?" And I said, "C-Lane does a lot of assuming." I said,
what am I assuming?
I said, when I'm practicing playing music with C-Lane, he does a lot of assuming, as in assuming that I also am able to do the thing that he's doing.
Oh, right. You want to do a quick little 15 solo? Huh?
He'll just toss me another instrument and be like, "Play on this for a little while." I don't necessarily know how to do that.
If that's the thing that you're thinking of assuming,
I know
come
it's
on,
low
man.
bar. I know, but I'm like, man, I like that he in his head goes, "Sean can do this," and I'm like, I don't know if Sean can see. I'll do the best that I can here, and then I would go, "Hey, how are you strumming this song right here?" Because C-Lane just loops things and plays the guitar. He's done it professionally for a long time. And I'll be like, "How are you strumming the guitar?" Because that's what I struggle with, different strumming patterns. And he would go, "Oh, like this." And then I'd be like, well, that didn't help me out any, because
He
you
has
just
pulled that before. I'll tell you what.
Can you slow that down to 1/3? So I had him. I recorded him playing part of a song, and now slow-mo it down. So I could
I am so excited for y'all set.
try to emulate what was going on. Just a lot of assuming that we were at the same skill level or anywhere near it as we were playing yesterday. But I'm excited. I'm ready to go.
It's going to be a fun time.
I will be hiding behind you metaphorically on the stage. Possibly physically,
I'm going to have a special mixer that has your fader on it.
Perfect. You might need that. Can you just give yourself a mute pedal that's right next to all your other pedals, but the mute pedal is only hooked up to me, my guitar, my microphone?
Talk to Fritzy, and he could add your AI very, very quickly.
We might need that. But no, it's going to be great. It's going to be amazing. And make sure you're there, realradio.fm/justokay.
Speaking of AI, I've just been working, endlessly behind the scenes on our intro.
Oh, yeah? The intro for the show is almost ready?
Yeah.
How long is your set? Have you talked to Michael?
We need to extend it.
A 30 vibe, yeah. For sure.
We're probably looking at an hour 15, I think, right now.
Oh, perfect. All right. Everyone plan to get out at 2 a.m.
Also, we're going to be late to stage because Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles is on, and we have to Axl Rose this bitch.
Oh, right.
And one of the things we're going to do to be more inclusive for our performance at Just Okay is immediately after we finish our set, we're going to repeat it in Spanish. And
muy bien.
Front to back the thing.
Does that mean we sing the Spanish song in English?
Yes.
All right.
I'll switch that one around.
Very inclusive of you. Thank you.
Yeah. We figure we'll open it up. We want everybody to be able to enjoy what's happening. Invisible Man says, Sean just played the cowbell. Even the cowbell is harder than some people think, It's I can play the guitar, all right? And you could throw chords at me. I could play pretty much any song you hear on the radio or anything like that. But it's not really about that. It's also about having really good rhythm, too. And on a 1 to 10 rhythm scale, I'm rocking a 3, maybe a 4. So that's where I struggle. I just got to practice over and over and over and over and over again. And that's what I've been doing. All right, we're all adults around these parts. And you've seen some things in your time. That's kind of one of the benefits of being an adult. You have more experiences. In your time being an adult or otherwise in your memories, have you ever seen live in person hail that was significant?
Yes, but not significant enough to break windows.
Mm-hmm.
It was just significant enough to sound like we were going to die because of how hard it was hitting the roof of
just
the car.
Pounding on the roof. Yeah. I mean, this is something that you don't forget if you're ever in it. And being somebody who's grown up in the Southeast for the most part of my life, rainstorms, thunderstorms, common, hail. We probably end up seeing hail once every year or so, significant hail. But I'm talking big dog hail. Have you ever seen anything like that? Yeah. See, have you ever been actually out in a place when the storm rolls through and the hail is that big?
No, I mean, just moderate hail where you could hear that it's louder, but never your golf ball size or anything bigger than that. Not that I can remember.
Now look at this. This is gorilla hail, they said, that hit parts of Kansas and Missouri. And it is absolutely massive. It's like 4 inches and wider, some of them nearly softball size. And in the nearing county, Geary County, Geary, which is Neary, 3 inches in diameter the hail was. And this stuff was just plummeting out of the sky. It's like the size of a snowball, like a big snowball. And bam, slamming down to the ground, breaking windshields, anything that it came in contact with, obviously doing damage to roofs. And that can be one of the other side effects that you see from this. But, man, that's something else. I don't know if there's any other photos in this. I think I might be the only one. But they were really, really impressive hail sizes that were
killed
dropping
people
down.
in the past?
Oh, I'm sure. Let me see. Killed by hail. It has to be that's been happening throughout history. The last known hail fatality in the United States occurred. It doesn't say when.
Okay,
the victim was
good.
Juan Oseguera, a 19-year-old man who died from head injuries after being hit by a softball-sized hailstone in Lake Worth, Florida. My God, yeah, in Lake Worth, Florida. And so that was 2000. That was in 2000 Lake Worth, Texas is where this went down. We got a Lake Worth here, and they got a Lake Worth over there in Texas. Maybe our Dallas friends.
Lake Worth here and a Lake Worth there.
Trying to see the biggest that I could find on this record. So these ones were 1.67 pounds and 6 inches in diameter. One of them was 17 inches in circumference. And there's like a whole Wikipedia list of costly or deadly hailstorms in the United States of America. One in particular in 1991, this was in Calgary, Canada, caused $342 million in damage, which is nothing to sneeze at. Pretty damn impressive in a bad way. All right, we want to go to your dispatches. That's how you join us on the show. Go to thenewsjunkie.com and send yours. Here's the Saltpeter. He's talking about hail.
We rented a cabin in Tennessee, and they had grapefruit-sized hail that night, and we had a tin roof. And it sounded like we were being bombarded for hours.
Yeah, it's nightmarish.
A child actually died in it.
Oh.
He was hit in the head, and
God,
it killed him. Pretty nuts.
Didn't make the Wikipedia list, I guess. That's unfortunate. If I die of hail, I at least want to be on the Wikipedia list, if you don't mind.
I'd be embarrassed, to be honest.
It's not a great way to go. It's one step behind. I'm not going to. I'll stay away from it.
Okay.
Let's go over to Jingle Jangle Jane. I'm not going to make fun of people for the way that they died. That is a horrible thing to do.
We've done it so much on this show.
I know. And I've thought about the poor girl that I've mentioned multiple times, and I'm not going to do that again. Here's Jingle Jangle Jane. Go ahead.
No, I just.
We now
I don't even remember what poor girl you're talking about.
Come on, you know what I'm talking about.
We have no idea.
Oh, the hot dog.
Yes.
Oh,
it's a terrible
we know
thing,
her, dude.
I know. I said it's a terrible thing, whether we know her or not. It's a terrible thing.
It's more terrible because we knew her, though.
Mm-hmm. Jingle Jangle Jane, right here.
Go ahead.
With the dispatch. It's
Jangle.
not going. Hang on. Let me reload
Jingle,
this
Jingle
real quick.
Jane.
I think it might be just 0-second dispatch.
You've been jangled.
Hey, junkies, this is my first dispatch.
Thank
Love
you.
your show. I do have a VIP ticket for Just Okay 8.
Yeah.
The highlight of that evening is meeting that sweet baby sloth. And when I do, I'm going to hug him, I'm going to kiss him, and I'm going to put him in my pocket and pet him all night long. See you all on Saturday.
Are you the cutest lady or what?
That was the most wholesome dispatch we have gotten in a long time. Like,
Now,
that
once you walk up to
washes
the
out.
sloth, like, please, ma'am. We've heard about you. You're on the list.
Jingle Jangle Jane, thank you for bringing some wholesomeness to the world of dispatches. There's been so many in just this year. We needed that to wash it out. So let's go over to Jay Ryan with a dispatch. This is actually Sean. All right.
Hey, Sean, I'm going to go ahead and pull a Oscar actually here. And I just, I don't really believe that you're watching One Piece because the other day you said Luffy instead of Luffy.
I keep doing that.
I understand that mistake if you were just reading it. But if you're watching it, I don't think you're watching it. I think I just caught you in a bold-faced lie.
No, look, your point is fair. But the character's name is spelled Luffy. And every time I look at it or I see it written on the screen because I watch it with subtitles on, even if I'm watching the English dub, which I like because when you're watching the English dub, they give you the subtitles of the Korean. Weird, but that's the way they do it. So it's a little bit different, and you could see what lines they had to change to match up better with the mouths. Anyways, Luffy, either one, you know what I'm talking about. Here is Dan the Plumber with a dispatch.
Hey, News Junkies.
Hey.
Can't wait to see you guys this weekend partying it up. Let's go.
Yeah.
Okay.
We'll be out there. We'll see you on Saturday. We'll go over to Sergeant Dave. He says Port St. Lucie sucks. What the hell, man?
What's up, junkies? Sergeant Dave. Sabrina, I completely agree with you. Port St. Lucie sucks. I one time got pulled over there for making an illegal U-turn, and that resulted in a mandatory court date, despite the fact that I live 4 hours away. And on top of all of that, the cop that pulled me over tried to plant weed on me. I hate that place, and anytime a hurricane comes, I always hope that it clobbers them. Anyways, see you this weekend, guys.
You don't hate the people of Port St. Lucie. At least that's not what Sabrina was saying.
No, by no means.
She was saying like the officials in Port St. Lucie, like the folks who are in charge. That's where the problem lies. I think that's fair criticism. But the folks in PSL, shouts out to you. You know, love you.
Big time.
And see you soon.
We know
hopefully.
you
Maybe you
hate
can
it
make it to the event. Some of them hate those folks. Yeah, of course they do. Some of the cops there, if they're doing these things to give people tickets, they know it's like inconvenient. That sucks. That's annoying. All right, we want to hear from you. Go to thenewsjunkie.com and send us a dispatch just like Jingle Jangle Jane did right now. When we return, the road where I told you there was something that was very, very, very desirable. And it was encouraging people to do something very, very wrong. What was it? We'll get into that. It's coming up next on the News Junkie.
Real radio is.
The Monsters in the Morning.
Fish, that's awesome. Thank you for what you do.
The Monsters in the Morning.
Real Radio 104.1.
From the Clausman Law Traffic Center, car crash, call Clausman Law. ClausmanLaw.com.
There's a couple accidents to watch out for this afternoon. Lee Road eastbound at Addison Street. The left lane is blocked. Dean Road northbound at Piney Point Circle and Sand Lake Road at Skyview Drive. Traveling on I-4, you could expect a bit of delays. The left shoulder is blocked due to an accident westbound between Lake Mary Boulevard and State Road 434. If you see any traffic troubles, please call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change Traffic Tip Line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm James Birmingham.
This report is sponsored by Direct Auto. Direct Auto Insurance is for uncompromisers. With savings of up to 25%, you can stop compromising and keep driving. Get a free quote at directauto.com. Savings based on discounts can vary. How you buy can affect price. National General Group, Winston-Salem.
Listen up, my friends. Chances are very high that you're leaving money on the table. Do you have a quote already for refinancing? Perhaps you want to start the process of refinancing? Get a free, fast quote review at thatmortgageguyDon.com. Hit the compare button, and Don will review your quote today. He's going to let you know if you got the best deal or make sure that you get the best deal. He's looking out for you. I mean, what local business do you know with over 1,000 five-star reviews? Don does, and he is your friend. That Mortgage Guy Don is a friend, and he has your best interest in mind. He also offers HELOCs, that's right, home equity lines of credit, and second mortgages to cash out equity without touching your first mortgage. Don't miss the boat. Get your quote today, or compare it. Peace of mind at your fingertips. Go to thatmortgageguyDon.com.
Don't miss the boat. Compare your quote with thatmortgageguyDon.com.
Tax time means a much-needed cash bonus for many people. But for business owners, it can mean the opposite. Hey, this is R.C. Hill from R.C. Hill, Mitsubishi in DeLand. My accountant said I need to reduce my tax burden now. So I'm going to overpay for your old car because I'd rather give you the money than the government. Get up to $4,297 more for your old car than it's actually worth. No matter where you bought the car, no matter how many miles are on it. It's simple. Trade in your old car you hate driving and get a new car today like a Mitsubishi Mirage 43 miles per gallon lifetime warranty. That means most people can trade and lower their payment. Or let me double your tax refund up to $2,500. RC Hill Mitsubishi specializes in approving customers with below average credit scores. My goal this month is 100% credit approval. This month, my prices will not be beat. This sale ends when my accountant says enough is enough. I'm RC Hill at RC Hill Mitsubishi, Central Florida's first choice for new Mitsubishis. 2 locations, DeLand and now in Ocala. Or visit me at rchill.com. That's rchill.com.
Credit requires bank approval. See rchill.com for details.
Sunnyside Electric.
Oh, hi. I'm worried about my electrical panel.
For static electricity problems involving your cat, press 1.
No, my electric panel.
For all other inquiries, press 2.
Don't even have a cat.
Fine. What's your problem then?
My electric panel, it's making sort of a humming noise.
Impossible. If your panel is working normally, it should be silent.
I know. That's why...
Have you tried using those noise-cancelling headphones?
What?
Then you won't hear the humming.
How does that help?
It'll get you off my back.
This would never happen with Frank Gay.
But you didn't call Frank Gay.
No, but I'm calling them now.
When you have an electrical problem, you need help now. A helpful operator to guide you, qualified electricians to diagnose and repair your electric panel, and keep it safe and functional. That's the Frank Gay way.
Wish I'd called Frank Gay in the first place.
Sorry, can't hear you. I'm wearing my noise-cancelling headphones.
That's the Frank Gay way.
FrankGayServices.com.
Looking for an exciting career in construction? Kalos Services is hiring. Saturday, March 23rd from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. Find out more at kalosflorida.com/jobs or text 352-243-7099 to find out more.
Hey, let's get out of here. With Audible, we could root for a lone astronaut as he tries to save Earth from disaster. Maybe go for a run with the founder of the world's biggest sneaker brand. We could get the tea on the real-life media mogul succession drama. Or find out what life is really like for an Oscar-winning actress. I mean, with Audible, we could go anywhere. There's more to imagine when we listen. Hear the latest audiobooks, podcasts, and originals at audible.com.
Are you over 30 and putting off life insurance? It's time to get a quick quote from Ethos. A better, easier way to get term life insurance. All online with no medical exam. Answer a few health questions and you could be approved for up to $2 million. Isn't it worth 10 minutes to help protect your family's financial security? Ethos. Up to $2 million in coverage with no medical exam. Some policies as low as $1 a day. Answer a few health questions and get your free quote at checkethos.com. That's checkethos.com.
If you love sports and scandal, then join me, ESPN broadcaster Jay Harris, each week for Playing Dirty Sports Scandals, the newest podcast from executive producer Dan Patrick. From current scandals like MMA champ Cain Velasquez's armed car chase to historic shockers like the biggest Little League cheat, Playing Dirty Sports Scandals doesn't shy away from dark details and always packs a punch. Never miss the dirt, people. Listen to Playing Dirty Sports Scandals on the iHeartRadio app or wherever you get your podcasts.
The game of magnets, taking over the world one terrible person at a time.
Is it true? That's the big question. And a little thing you probably don't know about me, I spend a not insignificant amount of my day trying to keep Courtney safe on the internet. I try to keep her safe and protected from all the lies on the internet and all the weirdo, mean people on the internet. And she believes everything. Like if it's on Reddit or if it's on some website, she's like, oh my God, you see this story? This guy did X, Y, and Z. I'm like, it's fake. I was like, people make these stories up so that they can get all these stupid space bucks online, and on we go. And she tends to believe them just because she believes people. She thinks that people are decent. I spend the show sitting here telling everybody about news that's fake out there that you can duck and dive from, and then the rest of my day kind of doing that. And before I get to the story, Courtney has been posting a lot on Reddit as of late, and
it's the hot dog Reddit.
She was number one on Reddit's hot dog subreddit, and she's like had multiple posts in the past month that have had well over 1,000 upvotes on Reddit, like multiple of them. She's done really well, but she runs into this weird thing, and I always feel like I gotta help and protect her. Like she posted a photo on Cats with Jobs, I think is the name of the subreddit. Okay. So
I love Courtney.
Cats with Jobs. And I think that's the name of it. And it was Junkie Cat, our cat, sitting in the chair at the dining room table. And it was a funny looking photo. And it was like, we need to talk about your performance lately is what the title was that she used. And it went to the top of that subreddit with like millions of people. And it got all these upvotes. And she's like, oh, look, my post is doing really well. And then she got upset because the moderators messaged her and said that they had removed her post.
Hey, why?
And the moderator said, you didn't specify what kind of job your cat had.
Are you serious? You can't go in and edit it before they remove it completely?
No,
that's baloney.
And I was like, what a weird use of power this is. This is like,
dude, think about it. Think about those moderators. Like, we've had this experience with our own people where it's like, some of y'all take this too serious. Like,
it's the littlest amount of power.
We're having a good time here.
I'm sorry you didn't specify the job that your cat had, ma'am.
Do you remember that technically happened to you?
Did it?
Yeah. You posted in an Ask Me Anything for a person who we encountered. Yeah. I was gonna see if he got there himself.
Listen.
But you posted in Modest Yahoo's Ask Me Anything and said, hey, I'm Sean. I put my balls in your hat one time. Sorry about that. Or something like that. And there were a couple listeners that were like, I definitely came here to find this comment. But you didn't ask him a question. So because it's Ask Me Anything and the point of it is to ask questions and you didn't put a question in there. Like, you should have said, like, I put my balls on your hat. Do you forgive me? And then that would have been cool, but I think the moderator pulled your comment.
I had to spend a lot of my time, though, like jujitsuing around these kind of stories that she encounters when she's on Reddit, because she's been enjoying like posting stuff there, and I want to make sure nobody's being mean to her.
And then you go, "Hey, man, stop being mean to my girlfriend."
And like, I don't know.
Delete that comment. They're like, you'd not specify which cat job was your girlfriend.
I would never like actually comment. I just try to provide moral support. I'm like, that is really ridiculous that they would take that away. It was clear that the cat worked at some sort of office or something. Like, all right, fine. And I saw this story and I go, this is one of those stories. This can't be real, right? Like, this can't be a real thing. This guy admitted in a now viral post that something happened to him.
Instagram, Twitter, y'all see this?
He said that he had a friend growing up, and he said he met him on the playground when he fell off the monkey bars. He says he falls off the monkey bars and overcomes this little blonde-headed kid. And the blonde-headed kid is like making fun of him for a second, and then they quickly become best friends. And he says, fast forward to like 10 plus years later, he's very close with this kid. He's his best friend. They share a lot of stuff with each other. They hang out frequently and go on vacations with one another, yada, yada, yada. And he starts to uncover something that made him very uncomfortable. And the first thing he found out was this best friend of his mom was not actually his mom. The woman that he said was his mom wasn't actually his mom. And then when he untwisted that yarn, he kept twisting and twisting and twisting. And he found out, according to him, that his parents were worried about him socially when he was 8 years old. So they had hired a best friend for him. Mm-hmm. And this kid was an actor the entire time playing his best friend. And that sounds too, it sounds too written to me. And there's news stories about this today. Like, there's a bunch of people who have covered this because it's gone viral and the video has been viewed over 1 million times. And I'm like, I love how news agencies just look at these stories and they go, that's funny. Let's go with it. Like, if it would have come out modern day times, there would have been a story about the poop knife. There would absolutely have been a story about that. And Daily Mail or whoever would have run that story and just said this as if it was all true. I don't know if you're familiar with the poop knife. Neither one of you seem to be.
Nope. Go on.
The poop knife story, which I'll tell very quickly, lest any of you are eating.
Is it what I think it is? Somebody pooped on a knife?
Well, somebody said, what was one time where you were just horrified and just really embarrassed? And he said, I was at my friend's house and I asked for the poop knife and they didn't know what I was talking about. And he said at his house, his family, they each had their own individual knife that when it was too long, they would cut it off so they could flush it.
God.
And when he asked his friend,
so gross. Also, you could use the same poop knife.
Where it was located, his friend didn't know. And I'm pretty sure that one is fake too. Like, you got to be very, very skeptical.
It'd be
online.
hilarious if you did that at a person's house just to make them uncomfortable. Like, wait, you guys don't have poop knives?
Well, what a bunch of losers around here.
Like when Borat goes and he goes to the bathroom and he comes back with a poop in a bag and he's like, where do I? And they're all like flustered.
Okay, we want to get to your dispatches in just a moment here, but I love when you have these local TV outlets and they got their investigative reporters and they're trying to figure out what their next story could be.
Only seen on this station.
And they're like, the investigative team is diving in to tell you the truth to prevent you from being ripped off and taken advantage of. And they actually serve a pretty good purpose because locally, it's a good way to kind of get even when somebody's screwing you over. Like, let's say you took your car to an automotive repair shop and you knew that they were really dishonest and they were just screwing people over. They could get away with that for a very long time and skirt around laws and stuff. But if the TV outlet does an in-depth report and catches them all on camera and stuff, that's good. That serves a purpose. I like when they do that. This one was at WBZ, and their investigative reporter
WBuzz
was looking for something to do. And Michelle Leniger goes, I got a story. She orders, and I feel like C-Lane ordered one of these before. She ordered one of those dog DNA things.
Yep.
Yeah.
Didn't you do that with Lexi? Or
Yeah,
did
we
both
did.
of you do that?
I did not. Yeah, Carl's the Yorkies.
I've never done it, but it's like 23andMe for dogs, for your pets.
Seems like it's fun.
And you send it in and they tell you your dog is this much this much this, whatever. So the investigative reporter at WBZ ordered one and then just swabbed her own cheek and sent it in. And they gave her the results back and informed her that she was 40% Alaskan Malamute, 35% Shar-Pei, and 25% Labrador.
Who's to say that she's not, though?
This is as the test results came in, they just lined them up with some sort of dog breeds. And they said, however, when the same samples were sent to two other pet genetic testing companies, Orovit and Wisdom Panel, I don't know which one you use, C-Lane.
I'm not sure, actually.
The one that they said was lying to them and making it up was DNA My Dog. Orovit said the sample failed to yield sufficient data for analysis. Wisdom Panel cited insufficient DNA for a reliable result. DNA My Dog seems to be just maybe making things up. And
they must ask for a picture, right?
I think a lot of times, like when I was doing my 23andMe thing, I think that's what I did, or whatever it is. When I was sending that in, they asked me all kinds of questions, a big questionnaire. Like, what color eyes do your parents have? And where are your parents from? Where are your siblings from? All kinds of things.
That's weird for people who don't know their parents and are using that to find them.
It's more like, aren't you supposed to tell me this?
Yeah.
Isn't that your whole job, that you're going to enlighten me on where my lineage goes?
I think I used Embark.
Embark?
I see what they did there.
That's pretty good, actually. Some of those,
but there's also a Wisdom Panel that I ordered, but I think I ordered that as a present, maybe?
Mm-hmm. They're fun. I love it. I like it. Go to the ones that are reliable. Apparently, this one is not so much.
Mine said that the dog was 26% Chihuahua, so that's a little weird when you take a look at Lexi.
I don't see that in Lexi at all. No, I'm not picking up a lot of Chihuahua.
I see it more in Carl than Lexi.
Oh, sweet boy.
Carl, what kind of dog is Carl? You just said it.
Yorkie.
I missed it. Yorkie, that's what he is. He's a little miniature Yorkie.
Yeah, he's pure
hand size.
Pure Yorkie. It is just they used him at like a puppy mill. So,
however, he's not aware that he's a Yorkie.
No, he does think he's a Rottweiler.
Yeah, he thinks he is a very large dog. he's very, very confident in his fighting abilities,
and his bark could go for a mile. Like could torture terrorists.
All right, quick break. When we come back, the next episode with Sabrina. What's coming up on the next episode?
What's coming up on the next episode? NSYNC for reals reunited. And the guy who got choked out by Darth Vader for reals died. Lil Wayne is making headlines for the $9 million that he got in pandemic aid and the dumb feds who believed him. Oh, plus how the mighty Morphin have fallen. All that and so much more coming up on the next episode.
And that is coming up next on the News Junkie.
Coming up tonight on Real Radio. At 7, it's a corporate time with Tom and Dan. Brought to you by Gringos Locos and Modern Plumbing Industries. At 9 p.m., it's Real Laughs with comedians James, Miguel, Ken, and Mike. And Real Music starts tonight at 10 on Real Radio 104.1.
From the Cool Today Weather Center, cooltoday.com.
Hey there, Central Florida. I'm Fox 35 Storm Team meteorologist Jessica Dobson with a check of your forecast on this Thursday. And today we're expecting a warm but beautiful day, a mostly sunny sky with temperatures warming well into the upper 70s and low 80s, with most of us in Central Florida approaching the mid 80s for highs. The weekend forecast does feature some even hotter temperatures. Highs will be well into the upper 80s and even into the low 90s for Sunday. From the Fox 35 Storm Team, I'm meteorologist Jessica Dobson.
This report is sponsored by Mattress Warehouse of Kissimmee.
Your tax refund goes even farther at Mattress Warehouse. Save up to 60% plus get 0% interest financing and free next day delivery. Come in sleepy, leave happy, and save more. Only at Mattress Warehouse. Use code REFUND to save an additional 10%.
Folks, I am happy to tell you about Mills Air, because as we get ready for spring and summer and your AC is going to be in use a whole lot more, you're going to be relying on it. The preventative maintenance program is an awesome way to save you money and detect a possible upcoming breakdown. And what happens is one of these trusty, reliable, very skilled techs from Mills Air will come over to your place and they will examine your air conditioning from top to bottom. You know, they're going to replace all the filters, clean out all the lines, do all the stuff that you probably don't know how to do or don't care to. And then they're going to say, here's what your AC looks like. It's in great shape. You're fine. No problems here. Or actually you got this, and you might be looking at some issues down the road. This is for peace of mind, and it is awesome. Get them to do it twice a year, quarterly, whatever you want. Preventative maintenance can save you money and detect that upcoming breakdown if you call them at 407-277-1159. Also, if you have an immediate issue and you need a new AC, they are the best to turn to. They can get you huge rebates toward a brand new Carrier unit. You can always turn to the experts at the Carrier Company, and you can always turn to Mills Air. Visit them online at millsair.com.
My wife and I both, we ended up mildly sick for a few months, and the nasal congestion was probably the worst part. I had like a post-nasal drip, just super congested all the time. We were taking everything we possibly could, but nothing really worked.
Kyrie was miserable until a friend recommended Navage. Navage offers immediate drug-free congestion relief, flushing your nasal passages with refreshing saline and sucking out mucus, germs, and other airborne irritants. Don't live in misery this cold season. Use Navage so you can breathe easier, sleep better, and feel your best right away.
The biggest thing Navage has done has completely cleaned out my nasal passages. It was from the first use. I was able to just clear out anything that was stopping me from breathing correctly. Navage helps me clear the way, literally clear the way, for me to operate better in the rest of my life.
Experience the Navage difference yourself. Navage is available at Navage.com or at Walmart, Walgreens, CVS, and Rite Aid. Navage, Navage.
Life is too short to let allergy and sinus issues hold you back. At Aspire Allergy and Sinus, we understand the impact these challenges can have on your life. Imagine a life free from constant sneezing, itchy eyes, and sinus headaches. Our expert team provides comprehensive allergy testing and personalized treatment plans, ensuring your specific needs are addressed. Simple relief, better life. At Aspire Allergy and Sinus, visit aspireallergy.com to schedule an appointment. Aspireallergy.com, and tackle your allergies head on.
To thank you for 40 unforgettable years, Dell Technologies is celebrating with anniversary savings on their most popular tech. For a limited time only, save on select next-gen PCs like the XPS 13 Plus, powered by Intel Core processors, and more. Plus, curate your dream setup with great deals on select monitors, mice, and more must-have electronics and accessories. When you shop online at Dell.com/deals, you'll have access to leading-edge technology and free shipping on everything. Again, that's Dell.com/deals.
Are you over 30 and putting off life insurance? It's time to get a quick quote from Ethos, a better, easier way to get term life insurance, all online with no medical exam. Answer a few health questions and you could be approved for up to $2 million. Isn't it worth 10 minutes to help protect your family's financial security? Ethos, up to $2 million in coverage with no medical exam. Some policies as low as $1 a day. Answer a few health questions and get your free quote at checkethos.com. That's checkethos.com.
I'm John Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. For over 35 years, my mission has been to deliver more for our clients. Today, Morgan & Morgan has more offices, more staff, and more lawyers than any other injury firm in the world.
Visit forthepeople.com for an office near you.
McDonald's McCafe iced coffee wakes you up like the perfect song. The 100% Arabica beans get your head nodding. Yeah, then the cream drops like a smooth bass line. Add some ice to chill it down, and some French vanilla flavor. There you go. Or change it up and go with caramel. Either way, it's a stone cold classic. Start your day with a $1.49 McCafe iced coffee, available during breakfast hours only. Music to my ears. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. Prices and participation may vary. Cannot be combined with any other offer or combo meal. My day just flows better when I make my first stop McDonald's. I can choose 2 faves and save big when I bundle a savory sausage McMuffin or flaky sausage biscuit with crispy hash browns for breakfast for $2.79. Or I can make Mickey D's my last stop. Lunch, dinner, a late night snack perhaps, when I bundle a crispy McChicken or juicy McDouble with delicious small fries for only $3.69. Now my day is made the tastiest way when I bundle and save at McDonald's. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. Prices and participation may vary. Cannot be combined with any other offer or combo meal. Valid with product served.
The free iHeartRadio app has over 100 original stations like 24/7 comedy.
If they were really donut holes, the bag would be empty.
When you need to laugh, just open the free iHeartRadio app and search comedy.
Should we call someone? I'm like, no, that's his face.
iHeartRadio. Free never sounded so good.
Tax Talk with Straight Talk.
You give and you give. This tax season, you get with Straight Talk Wireless. You get a reliable 5G network and unlimited data and a new Samsung Galaxy A15 for just $99. So you can give your janky phone to your kid. Yeah! Good talk.
Switch to Straight Talk for plans starting as low as $25 a line per month for 4 lines. Find us at Walmart and StraightTalk.com. For network management practices, visit StraightTalk.com. Device offer ends 4/14/24. In-store activation on single Silver Unlimited plan or higher required. Family plan discount with 4 lines all on the Silver Unlimited plan. Taxes and fees apply.
Real Radio is on Instagram at Real Radio 1041. Sponsored by the law offices of Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Have you been in an accident? Call the law offices of Anajar and Levine at 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747-3733.
Filling you in on the shocking details. Just try not to pass out.
It's happening in the world of entertainment and beyond. Real quick, a couple of things. Number one, the story about that temptation in the road. It happened again in North Carolina, where hundreds of thousands of dollars in cash was just blowing around after somebody dropped the safe out of their vehicle, I guess.
Not a great safe if it burst open.
I would have thought that it would have been fine and it wouldn't have opened up, but the safe opened up and all this money was blowing around everywhere, and they had to get the cops out there. So tempting, man. If you're driving around and you just see hundreds flying through the air, that'd be hard not to do. What would you do? Let us know with the dispatch. Go to thenewsjunkie.com to record yours now. Plus, there are 2 pairs, count them, 2 pairs of tickets to Just Okay left at Moses DeWitt's office. If you go to justcallmo.com, you could find out where the office is. Drive there right now and snag your tickets, but there are only 2 pairs left, and that is it. So go to justcallmo.com and swing by and grab those today. All right, let's do it. Let's do the next episode.
Because there's a lot on TV, and you can't possibly keep up with all of it, even though you should, because what else are you going to talk about?
Oh, my God!
Nothing. Weather's nice. It's time for the next episode with Sabrina.
Hey, smoke weed every day.
Hold up. The next episode brought to you by That Mortgage Guy Don. ThatMortgageGuyDon.com. And, of course, the Home Loans Radio Show. If you're refinancing, buying your first dream home, perhaps buying your first dream franchise, he does commercial and residential loans. He offers HELOCs. He is a friend, and he has your best interest in mind. So many people's best interests that he has over 1,000 5-star reviews. And you're going to be his next 5-star. So go to thatmortgageguyDon.com to get the process started today.
Don't miss the boat, compare your quote with thatmortgageguyDon.com.
Words. It was 26 years ago, 1998. This song right here.
Oh, Getting Jiggy With It.
That is right. Getting Jiggy With It. And it got so jiggy that it was number 1 on the Billboard Hot 100 chart. Big day for hip-hop, with an asterisk, because 31 years ago, 1993, this song was number 1 on the Billboard Hot 100.
Snow Informer.
That's right. A licky boom boom down.
No idea what the guy's saying, honestly.
It's a licky boom boom down.
What does that mean, though?
Something in Canadian.
I think you know what it means.
Like your boom boom?
And you lick it down.
You're licky
boom boom down.
Boom boom down, yeah.
Oh, man, he was way ahead of his time.
Yeah, and so was Burt Reynolds on this day 52 years ago. He was in Cosmopolitan magazine as the first nude male centerfold.
Nice.
So a licky boom boom down. And someone who is now a licky boom boom 6 feet down is Michael Culver, the Star Wars actor who was choked out by Darth Vader. You know him.
Yeah.
Remember? There was no physical touch. It was the use of the Force there.
Yeah.
And he has now passed away at the age of 85. No cause of death has been revealed, guys.
Why?
Because she's dead. I don't know.
That was like the Taylor Swift thing.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know why.
85. I'm pretty sure it's because he was old. But I guess we're going to wait for the autopsy.
The Daily
Poor
Beast,
80-year-olds.
Daily Beast says, actor with iconic death scene dies at 85.
Also, he passed away February 27th. So that's a long time ago at this point.
Have you guys ever just given it a
Sad.
shot? Have you ever just like given it a shot and tried to use the Force?
Not with my hand. Not with my hand, but there have been times where I'm like, if I concentrate on this thing right here, I've got to be able to move it, right?
Yeah.
That was not the case. But I do have some power. I told you about my streetlight interference.
I
forgot about that.
Yeah, it's real. Look at the Wikipedia page.
All right.
Bitch. Yeah. Also, someone who is dead. Actress Robin Bernard, who appeared in not one, but 145 episodes of this soap opera in the 80s.
All My Children.
No.
Days of Our Lives.
No.
General Hospital.
Yes, that is correct. They found this poor woman dead in a field behind a business in California. But it turns out it was her evil twin who was pregnant with a love child. No, it really was her. No.
Why was she dead in a field? They don't know?
64 years old. No cause of death has been revealed. She retired from show business more than 2 decades ago, and the rest of this is just about her legacy as a soap opera actress, and not the fact that she was found dead in a field.
Dead in a field, no cause revealed.
Rest in peace to all of them.
Licky boom boom down.
Who is Licky Boom Boom reuniting for real is...
Oh, NSYNC.
NSYNC is right. Did you see the clip? Justin thought he was so cool. But a big shout out to, of course, everyone else in NSYNC, because they deserve it.
You are not a fan of Justin Timberlake.
I think he's corny. I think he's rude.
Were you a Backstreet Boys fan?
I was a huge fan of both. Don't get me wrong. NSYNC goes on a reunion tour. I'm definitely there. But I like Chris. I like Joey. I like friggin' the long-haired guy that I'm thinking of.
JC Chazé or something?
And, of course, I love Lance. Lance was my first crush.
Oh, yeah.
And that was a big disappointment when I found out he was gay.
Yeah.
But, yeah, they reunited.
You're disappointed that he's gay?
Yeah, I was hoping we'd get married.
You and my mom both had terrible gaydar. Just real bad. She didn't know that Ricky Martin or, what's his name, George Michael. She did not. She was like, George Michael's such a hunk, Sean.
I have actually great gaydar when I was younger. Perhaps I did not.
Yeah.
But your mom, terrible gaydar. You could see it from a mile away that George Michael was gay.
Courtney has bad gaydar, too. It's like completely out of tune.
Why she's with you.
Well, that works out. Oh, damn it. So close. We're calling you gay, Sean.
Got me.
So the boy band, they showed up for a mini 4-song set, included Girlfriend, Bye Bye Bye. It's going to be May, and the new song Paradise. And this was all, I guess, part of his concert over in New York. You're still laughing at the gay stuff?
No, I imagine when you're at like an NSYNC concert and they're like, We're going to play a new one for you. And everybody in the crowd's just kind of like, oh.
So
we don't know it.
Is Paradise the one that's on Justin's album that
tell you, bud.
that has the rest of them on it?
Couldn't tell you. The new one, maybe? Or is it the Trolls 2 song?
Well, because this was sort of a rumor going around. Chris Kirkpatrick posted on Instagram a picture of a pair of dice and hashtagged it in sync. But the official Instagram for iHeartRadio said, "We're ready" in all caps. And now people think, because Justin's playing the iHeart Music Festival, that an NSYNC reunion will happen there.
How do you know all of this stuff?
I am in tune with the internet, Sean.
And this is perfect for the air check. We'll send to the higher up so that we could finally go to the iHeart Music Festival and represent this beautiful company.
Guy thinks he's in tune with the internet.
We did have to pay for it last time.
They didn't even know about Poop Knife until just a couple of minutes ago.
Okay, that's not the internet. That's the acreage.
That's real life.
I know about I'd also bang that guy's wife.
That's a good one.
Whose wife?
The guy. The guy.
Sealand, you might know about this, but there's some news coming out about...
Power Rangers!
Whoa, and it's not great news, I gotta be honest. Amy Jo Johnson, Pink Ranger, at least for my time, Power Rangers. Also named my cat, who is also dead after Kimberly. And now Amy Jo Johnson is saying she does not approve of Austin St. John's new clothing line, which features what seems to be Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, as well as Hitler.
Oh, okay.
Yes, it's prominent historical figures, and one of the
are the
quotes
Power
there,
Rangers fighting Hitler? Because that would be hilarious. They're like,
I don't
"You're
think
going
so.
down, Hitler."
Please grab that audio. For the love of God, somebody grab that audio.
For once, I tried to be quiet.
So yeah, it was a merch line featuring quotes from quote prominent historical figures that included Hitler, along with criticism from fans. The apparel promoted shade from Johnson. Of course, starring as Kimberly Hart, the Pink Ranger. She says, I think some people should have publicists. Dear me, ... Got
So
it.
I guess the stuff had quotes from Hitler on it.
Yes.
And so he's doing that whole...
He's building a warrior line, he says.
He says, Hitler was a demon on steroids, but he had good one-liners. Okay.
Yeah.
And did he really? Because Hitler is maybe the most famous person that's lived in the last 100 years, right? I would say.
Yeah, that's not crazy.
Everybody knows that name in a really bad way.
Jesus.
So if
that was more than 100 years ago.
Okay.
That being the case, name one thing that Hitler said.
9.
You know what I'm saying? There's no quotes where you go, if it was Stalin.
To infinity and beyond.
Like anybody else, you would have some lines maybe that you would have known.
Lines for Stalin?
Blood alone moves the wheels of history.
Jesus, Sean. All right.
I think
that's a weird show and tell talent.
I think somebody did recently translate some of his speeches into English and then do the AI voice thing for him.
Yeah.
But I don't know. You're right. Nobody knows any classic one-liners.
Yeah, so does he have the greatest one-liners?
Something like that.
Wow, go ahead.
That's what Hitler said.
What was that?
I'm not doing that again. I'm a quarter Jewish. Thanks, Grandma.
You're going to make it into the next song from Adam Sandler.
According...
Not too shabby.
Got to wrap it up, guys, with your little back and forth. According to a poll from Tubi, 74% of millennials and Gen Z want original content. You hear me? Not remakes, not sequels, not prequels, not reboots, or any other connected pre-existing franchises or properties. They just want the original stuff. It's all about nostalgia. However, we do have an update from, of all people, Catherine O'Hara, who is going to be in the new Beetlejuice. And she has confirmed Beetlejuice sequel will include the return of this song.
Nice.
Me won't
go home.
Now, there's no further information. I went last night and I watched 4 fake Beetlejuice 2 trailers.
What's going on with that?
So mad.
That's a new thing that I've seen people doing. Where they create fake movie trailers. They're like, the new Beetlejuice trailer dropped.
And it takes you until you watch somebody talking that they're like, dubbed over and did not match the
That's
mouths.
stupid.
Yeah, I agree, and I reported it.
I don't know. I think it was hilarious when they did it for Star Wars Episode 1 because everybody was so... They wanted anything they could get their hands on that was info about Episode 1, and somebody made a fake trailer, and they took like a scene in Braveheart where a bunch of people had swords. It might not have been Braveheart.
Okay.
And they made them all lightsabers. So it just looked like there was this intense lightsaber battle, and my gosh... The nerds.
We're like, when we're old people, we're going to be screwed. Everything's going to blow our minds.
Oh, yeah.
If you bring back old people from like 100 years ago, then you show them a color TV and an iPhone, that'll blow your minds.
I think kill them.
AI is going to screw us over.
Yeah.
On the boob tube until then, get your tickets for Just Okay 8, realradio.fm/justokay. We're also going to be giving away a 4-pack of Bonnaroo tickets. So more information, realradio.fm/justokay. The 7th season premiere of 911, 20th season premiere of Grey's Anatomy, Taylor Swift The Eras Tour, Taylor's version on Disney+, 3rd season finale of Children Ruin Everything, and from Apple TV, The Apples Never Fall. Don't know what that means. You can catch Oprah and Chromeo on Kimmel, and you follow your dreams on me on Instagram at Sabrina Ambra. Most importantly, say it with me, America.
Smoke weed every day.
Thank you, Sabrina. Back in just a moment. We've got more for you on a lovely Thursday here. And the Olympics are coming up before too long. But there's one thing that just seems pretty unacceptable that they're planning for the Olympics in Paris. What is it? That is coming up next on the News Junkie.
In 2 days, the News Junkies Just Okay 8, presented by Mills Air and JustCallMo.com. This Saturday at the Plaza Live. Get your tickets now at realradio.fm/justokay.
From the Goldsmith Jewelry Shop Traffic Center. Lowest prices on the highest quality jewelry. GoldsmithJewelry.com.
Traveling on I-4 this afternoon, you could expect your regular delays before US 27 and approaching Sand Lake Road. There's a bit of congestion through the city on I-4 westbound between Princeton Street and Robinson Street as well. Authorities are clearing up an accident on Lee Road eastbound at Addison Street. Travel with caution through there. If you see any traffic troubles, please call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change Traffic Tip Line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm James Birmingham.
This report is sponsored by the new Banana Boat 360 coverage. This sun season, Banana Boat is giving you a new way to spray. Introducing new Banana Boat 360 coverage. Better control for better coverage with a reusable sprayer and refill. From sport formula to kids SPF 50+. Shop Banana Boat 360 coverage at Walmart.
Tax time means a much-needed cash bonus for many people. But for business owners, it can mean the opposite. Hey, this is R.C. Hill from R.C. Hill, Mitsubishi in DeLand. My accountant said I need to reduce my tax burden now. So I'm going to overpay for your old car because I'd rather give you the money than the government. Get up to $4,297 more for your old car than it's actually worth. No matter where you bought the car, no matter how many miles are on it. It's simple. Trade in your old car you hate driving and get a new car today like a Mitsubishi Mirage 43 miles per gallon lifetime warranty. That means most people can trade and lower their payment. Or let me double your tax refund up to $2,500. RC Hill Mitsubishi specializes in approving customers with below average credit scores. My goal this month is 100% credit approval. This month, my prices will not be beat. This sale ends when my accountant says enough is enough. I'm RC Hill at RC Hill Mitsubishi, Central Florida's first choice for new Mitsubishis. 2 locations, DeLand and now in Ocala. Or visit me at rchill.com. That's rchill.com.
Credit requires bank approval. See rchill.com for details.
Did you know that your largest investment asset might not be your retirement account or home? I'm Jay Jackson, CEO of Abacus Life. Most people don't realize that their life insurance policy is actually an asset they can sell. But for almost 20 years, Abacus has been purchasing life insurance policies from seniors just like you. We've even created a free policy value calculator at abacuspays.com so you can find out in seconds what we might pay for your policy. There are no fees and no obligations, just information. Knowing the value of your life insurance policy is as important as knowing the value of your home, your equity portfolio, or your finances in total. Discover the valuable information you need to understand the current market value for your life insurance, and then get real value from your life insurance when you need it with Abacus. Visit abacuspays.com to learn more and use our free policy value calculator today.
Hey there,
homeowners, Russ Rollins here. Are you tired of staring at a cold, unused pool? It's time to make a change. Spring is the perfect time to add solar heat to your pool and enjoy it year-round. Solar Source customers, they enjoy family time, nighttime pool parties, movie nights, birthdays, and even low-impact workouts. Don't let your pool be a monthly expense with no enjoyment. Schedule a free consultation from solarsource.com/monsters. Remember, friends of Russ Rollins save even more money.
Are you paying too much for term life insurance? There's a tremendous price war in term life. Industry rates have dropped dramatically in the past few years. For example, a man aged 45, non-smoker, can get $1 million of coverage for $75 per month, level rate for 10 years. Or a man aged 50, non-smoker, can obtain $500,000 of coverage for a monthly premium of $110, level rate for 20 years. That's right, guaranteed level rate for 20 years. If you're a smoker, we have great rates available for you as well. At Term Busters, we specialize in policies of $500,000 and above. If you're looking for new or replacement term life insurance, call for a free quote today. 800-200-2250. That's 800-200-2250. Don't wait. Call 800-200-2250. 800-200-2250. Sample rate quotes based on preferred non-smoker rate class. Exam required to qualify.
Sunnyside Air Conditioning.
Yes, I need a new air conditioner. Do you...
For a list of things we do, press 1.
I just want to know if you install new
For a list of things we don't do, press 5.
Why would I want a list of things you don't...
To save us time explaining it to you.
Well, I'd hate to waste your time.
So if you'll just press 5, I'll give you a list of what we don't do.
Right.
Which is a lot.
You know, this would never happen with Frank Gay.
If you'd called Frank Gay, you'd probably be talking to a person by now.
That would be nice.
But we're more efficient. Amazing the time we save ourselves by making customers press buttons and talk to robots all day.
I'm calling Frank Gay.
When you need a new air conditioner, you need it done right. A helpful operator to make it easy and your new AC installed fast. That's the Frank Gay way.
Are you sure you don't want to hear the list of things we don't do? Our list is much longer than Frank Gay's list. That's the Frank Gay way.
FrankGayServices.com.
The Kalos Services Job Fair will be on Saturday, March 23rd from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. Visit us to learn about opportunities in the construction services industry. Register at kalosflorida.com/jobs or text 352-243-7099.
Getting quality employees to fill positions in your company is essential, but finding those people can be a major hassle unless you use ZipRecruiter. ZipRecruiter makes finding quality people a breeze. ZipRecruiter's advanced technology identifies candidates with the right skills, sends you great matches, then you can easily invite them to apply. 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. See for yourself. Go to ZipRecruiter.com/free to try ZipRecruiter for free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
Hey, let's get out of here. With Audible, we could root for a lone astronaut as he tries to save Earth from disaster. Maybe go for a run with the founder of the world's biggest sneaker brand. We could get the tea on the real-life media mogul succession drama. Or find out what life is really like for an Oscar-winning actress. I mean, with Audible, we could go anywhere. There's more to imagine when we listen. Hear the latest audiobooks, podcasts, and originals at audible.com.
Do you have AC needs? Turn to the experts at Carrier. Go to millsair.com.
Broadcasting live from the injury law firm of Kaufman and Lind Studios. Why Kaufman and Lind? Because you matter. Contact them at whenyouneedus.com or dial pound 546 on your cell phone. This is WTKS-FM HD1 Cocoa Beach, Orlando. Listen on your free iHeartRadio app for all your music, radio, and podcasts. Hear it here first. Then everyone else will catch up in a week or 2 or 4. You're listening.
News junkie with an IE on the end, the news junkie. Com, and there you can send us what we call a dispatch. That's how you join us on the show. You can learn about uncensored secret shows. You can unlock the world of the news junkie and have some fun doing so. And we love when you send the dispatch because that makes you part of the show, which is going to be key here today. So do join in on the fun. And I ran into a question, and I wanted to just toss this by you and see what you think, see what Sabrina and C-Lane think about this. I was in not that long ago, I think it was a Walmart that I was at, or maybe Target. It doesn't really matter, though.
Was this where you had your big hula hoop excursion?
that may have been related. Somebody saw that for Just OK 8, the venue specifically bans hula hoops, and there's a conspiracy that I have set that up so that I won't
Thanks
be
a lot, Sean.
embarrassed by hula
Ruins
hoops.
our entire set.
So I go to this Walmart or whatever, and I see this whole section, and it's like the America section, right? And in the America section, they've got American flag T-shirts, God bless the USA, America #1, I love America, all the hats, visors, everything you think of, socks with American flags on them, all of that stuff. And it's not that we're by the 4th of July or anything. It's just like they have this all of the time. And I started thinking about that. It's like, first things first, you should know, if you haven't listened to the show much, you might not know this. And if you have listened to the show, you might think otherwise. I love America. I love this country, despite any flaws we may have. I think it's the greatest country in the world.
And now he's going to sing the national anthem.
No, I'm not. I'm not going to.
3, 2.
Because I love America, I'm not going to sing the national anthem.
Way to go.
I'm doing it for the country, actually. So I love America. But I wondered when we were looking at this in this Walmart, I said, do other countries have this?
Oh, no.
Like, if you go to Germany, is in the German Walmart, is there like a section where they got I love Germany and like German flags on the shirts? And,
I mean, it depends. Like, I think a lot of that stuff is for tourists. Like, I was just in Ireland late last year, and you'll have your stores that it's like all Irish stuff. Ireland, I love Ireland. I was in Ireland.
But in America, it's not for tourists. It's like actual Americans that go to their local store and they put on a I love America, God bless the USA shirt and wear it out. I know what you're talking about. Like, that makes sense. You go to it's like the equivalent of going to the airport in a city and they have long live Philadelphia, or whatever, on the shirt, and you get that shirt
with
because
a Liberty Bell on it.
Yeah, right. It's got, or it's I love New York, and it's got a big heart, or the Statue of Liberty. I totally get those things.
Or the Philadelphia shirt where it's the weather forecast and every day it's sunny.
Yeah, right. These things, we all know them. We all understand them. But when you go to other countries, like some countries, I could see this happening. Courtney pointed out Jamaica. Like, I can see Jamaican people wearing a shirt that says Jamaica. It's got the Jamaican flag on. 100% Irish over there. That's more Jamaica, man. Like, I can see them embracing that and wearing those kind of shirts. But I can't see it for everywhere. Like, I don't see in Germany, like, they would have a bunch of German people wearing around I love Germany shirts. Like, I just wouldn't imagine that.
We are huge fans, man.
I know.
Come on down.
I know they probably wouldn't, because if they were, the shirts would say I love Deutschland.
That's true, but you know what I mean, right?
Actually.
And in Sweden, in Finland, in Norway, in Senegal, Africa, and any place around the world that you might pick, land your finger on a map on a country. Are those people who live in that country, are they patriotic in the same way that Americans are? Or are there people who are like just not as attached to their country's, let's say, flag, or pledging allegiance to the country and all that stuff? I don't truly know. I think if we went with England as an example, I think you have houses that will have the British flag out. I think you would have people with a sense of pride about being British. I don't know if they would wear shirts that would be like, I love England, but I know it's at least a little bit different, some similarities. But other countries, people are saying North Korea, where it's compelled. Yeah, I understand that. But I mean, like, willingly. Nobody's making Walmart sell this, and nobody's making people buy it at Walmart. Mind you, Walmart's not going to have it out unless people are buying it in droves.
It's weird because I'm on an article on Forbes that says, in pictures, world's least patriotic countries, right? And at number 10, it says Czech Republic, right?
Yeah,
it says they have a little blurb on why. On number 9, it says Switzerland, but then the picture is of a soccer match, and there's a whole bunch of Swiss flags, which is
But
kind
that
of,
makes sense at a soccer match.
Yeah. Number 8 is France, followed by Taiwan. There's a tie for West Germany and Slovakia.
And these are just places where they don't have the patriotism like we do?
It just says least patriotic countries. I don't know.
What's up? I would think French people usually seem pretty excited about the fact that they're French. They'll be the first to tell you.
Like it?
I don't know what Forbes' criteria is here. It says Sweden. I mean, I don't know. My grandmother had Swedish stuff around the house, you know.
Okay.
Is it because she had to remember where she was from?
Here's our easiest way to handle this, all right? We're going to toss this out we'll go with Mexico, all right? To our Mexican friends who are listening to the show right now, if you spent any extended time in Mexico or were born in Mexico, there's lots of you, tell me what it's like in Mexico. Like, are people flying the Mexican flag on every block? If I walk around my neighborhood, at least 1 out of, I would say, 10 houses has an American flag. I think that's like pretty reasonable expectation. Yeah. You see just American flag out front, or people wear these kind of shirts and stuff. In Mexico, if you grew up, is it like that? Are people like wearing, I love Mexico shirts.
There are a good amount.
I can't picture it, because I didn't grow up in another country. I grew up here, and that's a very specific cultural thing. And you don't notice these cultural things when you're immersed in them. For instance, we don't notice as Americans how many times we say thank you or please.
So bad.
And other like Asian visitors, I've mentioned this on the show before, will come to America and they'll be like, oh my God, Americans say thank you so much. It's ridiculous. And they'd say, if you're in Japan, you'd say arigato.
Where?
Maybe at the end of a meal, once you've done all the interactions that you're having with the server. But with Americans, they put the damn napkin in front of us. We'll be like, thank you. Thank you for the napkin.
Oh, for sure. After
here
every
comes the
sentence.
silverware.
Well, because we were just beat into manners. But then again, is it starting to phase out? Because I think we come from a particular generation of you say please and thank you.
I don't know. Do you think manners are on the decline overall?
I've certainly met a lot of people which would indicate that. But I'm also coming from kind of a different place where it's so ingrained in me. And also I'm sorry for some reason. I just ran into somebody, not even ran into him. I opened the door, met eyes with them, and I go, I'm sorry. Hi.
Just right off the first thing you said?
I would just go, hi, sorry. It made no sense at all.
Okay, that part aside, the manners thing is good. That's a positive thing. Yeah. It's good to have good manners. And
especially since it's very much expected where we are.
Yeah. And I just don't know how that is. So I'm just trying to pull myself away from it. I want to know how it is in other places. Tanya says Puerto Rico, they display the flag everywhere, and people do this. But obviously, Puerto Rico is a U.S. territory. That's true. And Puerto Ricans do, even when they come to the U.S., they got like the Puerto Rican flag on their stuff, on their cars, and et cetera, et cetera. But how is that specifically in Mexico? I want to ask to those of you who are listening, and anywhere else. If you grew up in another country, what was the experience like that? Share those stories with us. Go to thenewsjunkie.com and hit record on a dispatch so you can join us here on the show. All right, let's try this one. Here is Floridian Kelly talking about this.
Good afternoon, News Junkies. To answer your question, Mr. Wasson, I am South African, and if rugby's playing, I am South Africa proud and wearing all of my South Africa colours and flags. But I am still English, because I sound English, but I'm actually South African, and so I'm proud of both. So yes, every country, they are proud of their heritage. Wiggle, wiggle,
well,
pop, pop.
Not every country, as C-Lane pointed out. There's some countries that aren't nearly as patriotic, according to the website that he was looking at. And I want to know more so about the whole cultural thing of would you wear a shirt? Like in South Africa even. Would people have shirts that say South Africa with the flag and just wear those around? Non-ironically, just wear those in the country that you're in? I don't know. I'd love to hear more. Here's Mo Manji, the realtor. He's chiming in on this.
Hey, guys. I hope you guys are doing well. You guys all know that I'm from East Africa, Tanzania. Back home, what they have is, Mount Kilimanjaro on there, Hakuna Matata, stuff like that. And, of course, the flag and all that. Yeah, so other countries do have those kind of shirts. See you guys Saturday. Bye.
All right. Thank you for the inside, Mo Manji, the realtor.
Hakuna Matata shirts?
I love that.
Means no worries.
It's an adorable phrase.
What a wonderful shirt.
Let's see. We got another one here from Missy. I'm hesitant to play this.
Why? What's it say?
It says, my husband has a poop knife.
I like this.
Skip it.
Is a topic that I feel like people need to keep to themselves.
I don't even know if I want to know the details that are included.
I mean,
in that.
I think that it's pretty clear what it's for.
It's better than poop scissors.
Do you really need a knife? Like all of it goes down. I don't understand.
You're not
What kind of
understanding.
toilets you have.
These people are different than you, right?
Yeah.
These folks they're doing damage. Here's Missy.
Hey, news junkies.
Hey.
You talking about the poop knife? Swear to God, I never heard of it before until my husband has a poop knife. And I think it's the most disgusting thing in the world. And you guys just had me rolling laughing about that whole thing.
Where does he keep the poop knife?
Have a great day, junkies.
God.
It better be a poop knife holster, and it doesn't go right into the dishwasher.
Yeah.
Dishwasher.
This needs to be something that is securely put away and not displayed in any way, I wouldn't think.
I don't think you need it. I just really think it's
her husband does. He's into it, I guess. All right, last one for now. Here's AJ Soup.
Hey, y'all.
Hey.
I just wanted to dispatch in and tell you that when I started today, I was so excited for this weekend. I got my VIP tickets for the first time.
Yeah.
And I'm really looking forward to meeting all of the friends that I've made in the News Junkie community. But all of a sudden, I'm just feeling kind of down.
Oh, no.
Bad. I thought I was a pretty cool person. I thought that I was, attractive. I thought you guys really liked me and my parody songs that I dispatch in every now and then.
What do we do?
And I'm just feeling like maybe that was never true to begin with. Oh, and hello from Port St. Lucie, by the way.
Hey, I didn't say nothing about Port St. Lucie.
We love you, Port St. Lucie.
I'll
All
be
right,
very
we love
clear.
you.
I love the people from Port St. Lucie, especially if you listen to the show. I'm not a fan of your law enforcement.
Right.
Or
that's where
the clerk of courts or anybody has to do with any sort of ticketing system.
Big difference between that and just not liking the people in general.
But I've
All right,
contributed to your local economy. Thanks.
let us know what you think. Go to thenewsjunkie.com and hit record on your first dispatch right now. Okay. We will take a quick break and we'll get back to this thing happening at the Olympics. And we got a lot of stuff to talk about, including a dispatch that I want to get to and dive a little deeper into. That is all coming up next on the News Junkie.
Real Radio is on Threads at Real Radio 1041. Sponsored by the law offices of Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Have you been in an accident? Call the law offices of Anajar and Levine at 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747-3733.
There's not many major accidents to watch out for this afternoon. The real problems are on I-4, heavy congestion eastbound and westbound before US 27 and approaching Sand Lake Road through the city on I-4 westbound between Princeton Street and Robinson Street. There's delays there. Around the perimeter of I-4, no major problems on State Road 429 or the Greenway. See traffic troubles, call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change Traffic Tip Line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm James Birmingham.
This report is sponsored by Direct Auto. Direct Auto Insurance is for uncompromisers. With a super low down payment, you can stop compromising and keep driving. Get a free quote at directauto.com. Down payments vary, does not mean savings. How you buy can affect price. National General Group, Winston-Salem.
Did you know that mortgage guy Don does a live radio show every Saturday? That's right. Each week on Saturday mornings, he answers your questions live on the air on 104.1 and simulcast on 96.9. He's a true part of the Real Radio family, and Don takes care of his family. That mortgage guy Don is a friend that has your best interests in mind. Don't miss the boat. Compare your quote today by going to thatmortgageguyDon.com.
Don't miss the boat. Compare your quote with thatmortgageguyDon.com.
When you call me for an injury case, you don't pay a dime unless we win. The call and the advice are always free. Injured on the go, just call Mo. 866-CALL-MO. Mo DeWitt, Orlando's injury attorneys.
The number one cause of accidents is distracted driving, like cell phones, eating, and playing with the radio. So leave it right here on Real Radio. Injured on the go? Just call Mo.com. Mo DeWitt, Orlando's injury attorney.
Sunshine came softly through my window today.
Florida truly is the Sunshine State, and it shows in everything we grow. When you shop, choose Fresh from Florida.
'Cause I made my mind up, you're going to be mine. I tell you right now.
Fresh from Florida. There's sunshine in every bite.
I recently stopped by the Renewal by Anderson showroom right off Lee Road in Winter Park, and apart from the really impressive group of people that work there is the quality of the products. I couldn't believe how much noise was reduced by Renewal by Anderson windows and doors, especially being on busy Lee Road. That's because their windows and doors are built solid and yet so easy to open and close and clean. Renewal by Anderson is really a customer experience company. They just happen to sell windows and doors. In fact, Renewal by Anderson has the most 5-star reviews, and their products are backed by some of the strongest warranties you will find. Renewal by Anderson has a great offer to help you get started during the month of March. Buy one window and or patio door and get one 40% off. Plus, no money down, no payments, and 0% interest for 12 months. Visit RBAFLA.com. Some restrictions apply. Official partner of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. License number CGC 1527613.
Hey, let's get out of here. With Audible, we could root for a lone astronaut as he tries to save Earth from disaster. Maybe go for a run with the founder of the world's biggest sneaker brand. We could get the tea on the real-life media mogul succession drama. Or find out what life is really like for an Oscar-winning actress. I mean, with Audible, we could go anywhere. There's more to imagine when we listen. Hear the latest audiobooks, podcasts, and originals at audible.com.
I'm Mark Anajar.
I'm Glenn Levine.
I'm Ellie Anajar.
And we're Anajar and Levine. Experience the Anajar and Levine difference by calling us with any of your legal needs. Call 1-800-747-FREE for a free consultation and take back control of your life.
In Office Orlando.
Sunnyside Electric.
Oh, hi. I'm worried about my electrical panel.
For static electricity problems involving your cat, press 1.
No, my electric panel.
For all other inquiries, press 2.
Don't even have a cat.
Fine. What's your problem then?
My electric panel, it's making sort of a humming noise.
Impossible. If your panel is working normally, it should be silent.
I know. That's why...
Have you tried using those noise-cancelling headphones?
What?
Then you won't hear the humming.
How does that help?
It'll get you off my back.
This would never happen with Frank Gay.
But you didn't call Frank Gay.
No, but I'm calling them now.
When you have an electrical problem, you need help now. A helpful operator to guide you, qualified electricians to diagnose and repair your electric panel and keep it safe and functional. That's the Frank Gay way.
Wish I'd called Frank Gay in the first place.
Sorry, can't hear you. I'm wearing my noise-cancelling headphones.
That's the Frank Gay way.
FrankGayServices.com.
Fraudulent tax returns due to identity theft increased by 30% in 2023. If you're in a bind this tax season, LifeLock can help. Their U.S.-based restoration specialists are dedicated to helping solve identity theft issues, and all plans are backed by the $1 Million Protection Package, which means if you lose money because of identity theft, LifeLock will reimburse you up to the limits of your plan. Help protect your information with LifeLock. Go to LifeLock.com and save up to 25% your first year with my name, Clay, as your promo code.
This earful of Real Radio is brought to you by crimeline.org. Give a tip anonymously.
The free iHeartRadio app has over 100 original stations waiting for you to explore right now, like 24/7 comedy.
Men don't settle down. We surrender.
Women, we never
the emotions we're actually feeling, right? I'm fine means I'm about to stab you in the neck.
Clips from today's top comedians and the greatest of all time.
Donut hole. If you want a donut, have a donut. Why are you eating the hole?
When you need a laugh, just open the free iHeartRadio app and search comedy.
You can actually change the station.
iHeartRadio. Free never sounded so good.
No one's really sure what all C-Lane's buttons actually do. This is the new...
This idea that you should always have to feel sorry for other people, right? Like, is this idea, and I think this is something that a lot of us take to heart, where if something bad happens to somebody else, you're like, oh my God, I'm so sorry. I feel so bad for you.
Empathy.
Normally, empathy is fine, right? It's a fine thing, but you don't always have to have empathy. Let me give you an example. Like, if I'm watching in Madrid and there's a bullfight going on and the bull gets the best of the matador and starts getting him with the horns a little bit, I'm not necessarily feeling super bad for the matador guy, right?
I feel bad for the bull.
The bull is the one who is like losing 99% of the time. And then one time the bull gets a little victory and everybody's like, oh my God, the horror. Like, what did you think was going to happen? You're a matador and it's a bull. You know what I'm saying? So, like, I don't always, when somebody is in a catastrophic situation, feel bad for them. It depends on the circumstances. And here's a good example of where you're like, oh, I mean, what did you think was going to happen? These folks, this community that is currently freaking out, they're very upset because they built their homes or bought homes that were built right on the beach, okay? And one thing about
the
Mother
foolish
Earth,
man built his house upon the sand.
Yeah, that's right. And they're seeing that play out in real life here.
We talked about this guy, right? Or
no, this is a different one.
Oh.
You were talking about the guy where his house was like really dangling off.
Yes, but he refused to sell it or move, and then recently he put some tarps down in order to stop the rain from, taking out his entire house.
They try to mitigate the damages. So look at where these people are living. If you're on YouTube or Twitch, you can see these folks have built their homes right along this beach coast, a place called Salisbury Beach.
Oh, I love their steak.
Right down this line of homes, you can see that the beach is like eroding away because beach is going to beach. That's what they do.
Eroding.
These folks said, we got our money, we got our beach houses, we are not going to let this happen. So they decided to fight back, and let's just say it didn't go very well. Listen to this. This is WCVB talking about this. Hold on, let me bring this up so everybody can hear.
Hey, this is Ted Wayman with WCVB.
It's going to be something like
There's
that.
two incredible things today. First of all, a historic high tide and a handmade sand dune that was washed away in 3 days.
All right.
Ron Gilmet stares out at Salisbury Beach with one word to describe it.
Catastrophic.
This week, private homeowners along the beach wrapped up...
Catastrophic, he says. All the homeowners, they banded together, right? Well, I'll let them tell the story.
A $500,000 project, bringing in 14,000 tons of sand to protect their homes.
So they brought in 14,000 tons of sand. Cost them $500,000. And they said, we're going to build a big berm to block the ocean from getting closer to our homes.
In 3 days, the sand is gone. Rick Rigoli oversaw the project.
We got hit
All
with
of it
3
gone.
storms. January 2 and January 1 now, at the highest astronomical tides possible.
Just down the street in Hampton Beach, New Hampshire, police were keeping people out of this seacoast town until waters recede from high tide.
So they're freaking out because they built this $500,000 berm with all this sand that they brought in, and it lasted a whole of 3 days. 3 days. And I look at it and I go, am I supposed to feel bad?
No, I don't. But there's also like science to prove that that was going to happen.
Yes, it's going to happen.
They not pay a bunch of engineers? Is there not some sort of research?
For $600,000, they should have had somebody who knew what they were doing on this.
Or they should have just come to the realization that if you want to live on the beach, there's a ticking clock. And eventually, the beach is going to swallow you up. All right? It's going to happen eventually. The water always wins. And these folks are like, nah, we got money.
Always, what happened to life finds a way?
No, water always wins is the new one everybody's
Life
been
is
saying.
in water, I think, or something like that.
Water always wins is like really spreading like wildfire right now. In fact, it's the news spreading like wildfire. And these people are really getting the true lesson of it right in real time. I don't feel bad. I'm like, you bought a house on the beach. The beach starts beaching, and then you were freaked out. And you're like, well, I can't believe this is happening to us. You probably could have seen that coming from a little bit of a distance away. Okay, a couple of things I wanted to get into. First things first, there is uproar about South by Southwest. And it's a big event that they do in Austin every year. It's gotten bigger. I think it's at the point where people are like, this is sellout territory, right? Like, it used to be cool, but now South by Southwest is like a big corporate affair.
Didn't a bunch of the bands drop out this year?
Yeah, more than 100 bands.
Damn.
The majority of them European dropped out because of the sponsor.
Man, I can go play South by Southwest, it seems like.
Get in there,
Let's get our band, man. Let's do it. Let's leave just okay.
They're going to say, who?
Won't matter. They still got to get somebody when they've fired. Well, when 100 people have dropped out.
We have a 15-minute set. We'll take it.
The South by Southwest event is sponsored by the U.S. Army. Oh. And they don't like that, the bands.
Oh, come on.
These
Army
European
of one.
bands.
Hipster.
They're like, we're not going to play here. They said 5 music labels and 105 bands and individual musicians, including more than 60 acts from the UK and all 12 Irish bands that were originally slated to perform, chose to forego the 9-day festival in protest of the Pentagon's support for Israel's war in Gaza. So they said, we're not going to do this because it's sponsored by the U.S. Army, and we believe the U.S. Army is like de facto giving the thumbs up to whatever Israel does. Among the acts that have pulled out are Ella Williams, never heard of her before, known as Squirrel Flower, Mama Larky, and...
What is she known as?
That's just Mama Larky. That's all it says. And hip-hop trio Kneecap from Belfast, Northern Ireland. Well, I've never heard of any of your bands until right now, so this is the height of fame that you've achieved in my world. But they're saying that they are not going to be playing because the Army is sponsoring the event, and they just can't support that. Real quick, to the one that I mentioned a little bit earlier, I want to pay off this tease. What happened?
I was like looking up, trying to figure out what more about South by Southwest and if there was any bands that I knew. And the headline from the Austin American Statesman, which is one of their local papers, says, why Governor Abbott is telling some South by Southwest bands, bye, don't come back.
No. So this is like turning into a big fight, I guess.
Oh, well, that's going to suck for the festival.
I'm kind of surprised, though. Like, if you're a music festival, you're taking a risk in having the U.S. Army be your sponsor, unless you're like a very particular type of music festival.
That you need a lot of money for.
No. I mean, they could get the money from, like, South by Southwest could get sponsorships from anywhere, I would guess. It's a big event. But when you get the Army involved, you're going to have issues, right? Because there are going to be people who are like, no, we don't support the U.S. military. And those people are going to be heavily populated in, like, artist areas, whether they're musicians or, entertainers or something like that.
Despite the fact that you wouldn't guess that would come out of Texas.
No, you wouldn't necessarily think that. But these folks, a lot of them are from the U.K. And, so it's a whole different ball game. And I think if you did a country music festival, it might be easier to have the U.S. Army as a sponsor. Or if you did like a butt rock music festival, I think
Rock Fest,
people will be more into it with the butt rock bands. But if you do one that's like South by Southwest, where it's artist types, the population of those folks who are also super duper Palestine supporters and against the U.S. military non-intervention, I guess, or intervention, however they see it. It's an issue. Anyhow, that's what's happening over there. So to the tease that I threw out earlier, there's something they're doing at the Olympics which seems really, really stupid. And the Olympics is going to be in Paris this year, the Summer Olympics. They're calling it the first Green Games, where they do a lot of environmental stuff. And the athletes' village is not going to have air conditioning, which
that's good.
Seems a little bit rude.
Is it going to be hot?
Well, they said that don't worry, don't fret. They said the buildings have been designed with a cooling system that draws water from underground, and facades are oriented so they don't get direct sun as much. And this village was designed to avoid the need for air conditioning, even in very, very high temperatures, in order to maintain comfortable temperatures. They say, trust the scientists. We don't need AC. Although I'm not trusting those scientists myself. I really like my AC. Really am a big fan of my air conditioner.
Do you not think that if this was like a very successful plan, like would we not have just this everywhere in Florida?
Mm-hmm.
You know, in Texas it gets pretty hot there too.
Yeah, you think they would have noticed this and said, hey, we don't need ACs anymore.
Hey, well, at least they give them the heads up because there's a lot of like personal ACs you can bring now.
True. Yeah, you'd have to bring like one of these little kits or like maybe even like a window one. Just install it yourself in the place.
Yeah. Or you get the ones that you can make and you just put ice in them. And it kind of just, it's the fan that blows, but you need a lot of ice. I don't know.
Look, anything to make you nice and comfortable. And some of these folks, like if you're an environmentalist type, all right, if you're like, even if you're like a climate change doom goblin, if you're one of those folks and you're really, really into this, I think you also should embrace air conditioners. I think you should embrace them because then you would say, look, when the temperatures do rise in some of these territories, it'll be a way for people to still be safe and not die in the heat waves that hit. I would think that those would go together. I also would think that nuclear power would go together with some of these things, but it does not seem to. I don't understand some of the folks in these movements and their opposition to these things. By the way, Mishbold on Twitch says, are you saying bud rock or butt rock?
Butt rock.
LOL, but. Neither, and or neither. I'm having a slight stroke or I'm out of touch, Mishbold said.
B-U-T-T.
But, yeah, B-U-T-T is like
butt rock, packing them in their nuts to butts.
Is Creed a butt rock band? Would that be like
sure.
Nirvana?
Or at least like, yeah, I could say back in the day. Anything that was at the 99 Woodstock, I would do butt rock.
That thing might have been might as well have been a butt rock festival.
Creed shows up here 3 Days Grace, Shine Down, Linkin Park.
Linkin Park,
Nickelback,
Never
Buck Cherry, Hinder, Puddle
all
of Mud.
Of those bands. That's what we're talking about right there. At that, you could have the Army be the sponsor for the event, and less people would care. But this is South by Southwest, for God's sake. All right, when we come back, we're going to do jury duty. We'll dive into the courtrooms around the country. We'll also find out, guess what? Stanley Cups. That's yesterday, friend. The Stanley Killer truly did kill him, and folks in VIP at Just OK 8 are going to get those. But there's something new. There's something new that is causing people to freak out. They're buying them all up. They're selling them on eBay for big money. What is the new thing that is taking over? That is coming up next on the News Junkie.
Something on your mind? Text us at 77031. Standard data and message rates apply. Real Mobile is powered by Orange Buick GMC and OrangeBuickGMC.com. We are professional grade.
Here's what's trending from the iHeart Sports Network, presented by DraftKings Fantasy.
3 more teams joined the NCAA tournament field on Wednesday when Colgate, McNeese, and Montana State won their respective league titles. As for Florida, they're extending basketball coach Todd Golden's contract through 2030 as the Gators get set to take on Georgia in the SEC tourney. It's tonight. And Rays righty Taj Bradley will start the season on the injured list because of a pectoral strain he suffered while warming up this week. I'm Scott Davidson.
Check out what DraftKings has to offer this season with code SPORTS, because life's more fun when you're in on the action. DraftKings, the crown is yours. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Age and eligibility restrictions apply. Void where prohibited. See DraftKings.com for details.
O'Reilly. Stop by the new O'Reilly Auto Parts in Orlando on Curry Ford Road next to Winn-Dixie, now through March 26th for the grand opening sale. Right now, spend $20 on select Armor All car care products and get $5 back after rebate. Plus, get 3 times O Rewards points on select Seafoam products, which means you can reach your next $5 reward even faster. Visit your new O'Reilly Auto Parts today.
My friends at Mills Air have been in business since 1992. That's over 30 years. They're a Carrier factory authorized dealer, and there are rebates that you get up to $1,275 on a brand new Carrier unit. If you're going to go with the experts, you got to go with Carrier, and you got to go with millsair.com. That's where I got my system. I absolutely love it. And you got to make sure you do maintenance on your AC system. They do service on all brands of AC, and it can detect and prevent an upcoming breakdown for you and save you a lot of money. You can count on millsair.com.
To thank you for 40 unforgettable years, Dell Technologies is celebrating with anniversary savings on their most popular tech. For a limited time only, save on select next-gen PCs like the XPS 13 Plus, powered by Intel Core processors and more. Plus, curate your dream setup with great deals on select monitors, mice, and more must-have electronics and accessories. When you shop online at Dell.com/deals, you'll have access to leading-edge technology and free shipping on everything. Again, that's Dell.com/deals.
Fraudulent tax returns due to identity theft increased by 30% in 2023. If you're in a bind this tax season, LifeLock can help. Their U.S.-based restoration specialists are dedicated to helping solve identity theft issues, and all plans are backed by the $1 Million Protection Package, which means if you lose money because of identity theft, LifeLock will reimburse you up to the limits of your plan. Help protect your information with LifeLock. Go to LifeLock.com and save up to 25% your first year with my name, Clay, as your promo code.
Hey, homeowners, Russ Rollins here to talk to you about something serious, your power bill. Last summer was tough, but this year could be even worse. So don't wait until the last minute to get protection and savings from solar power and backup power. Solar Source has a new pay-as-you-go solar package that lets you start with an affordable base system and add solar panels over time. Plus, their pay-as-you-go battery backup is awesome, and it lets you add critical backup power as you go. Schedule a free consultation at SolarSource.com/monsters. Get ready for a stress-free summer.
McDonald's McCafe iced coffee wakes you up like the perfect song. The 100% Arabica beans get your head nodding. Yeah, then the cream drops like a smooth bass line. Add some ice to chill it down, and some French vanilla flavor. There you go. Or change it up and go with caramel. Either way, it's a stone-cold classic. Start your day with $1.49 McCafe iced coffee, available during breakfast hours only. Music to my ears. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. Prices and participation may vary. Cannot be combined with any other offer or combo meal. My day just flows better when I make my first stop McDonald's. I can choose 2 faves and save big with a bundle of savory sausage McMuffin or flaky sausage biscuit with crispy hash browns for breakfast for $2.79. Or I can make Mickey D's my last stop. Lunch, dinner, a late-night snack perhaps, when I bundle a crispy McChicken or juicy McDouble with delicious small fries for only $3.69. Now my day is made the tastiest way when I bundle and save at McDonald's. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. Prices and participation may vary. Cannot be combined with any other offer or combo meal. Valid with product served.
Sneezing, coughing, stuffy nose, runny nose, post-nasal drip, interrupted sleeping. I was groggy at the end of the day.
Allergies and sinus congestion were making Jana miserable. Then, a friend recommended Navage. Navage provides immediate drug-free congestion relief, flushing your nasal passages with refreshing saline and sucking out mucus, germs, and other airborne irritants. Navage helps you breathe easier, sleep better, and feel your best right away.
Navage gave me instant relief. I didn't have to wait 30 minutes. I didn't have to wait an hour, 90 minutes. I didn't have to wait a minute. I ran the rinse and I felt better.
Stop suffering from congestion and start breathing and feeling your best again with Navage. Navage.
I've had people ask me how I find relief, and I tell them Navage immediately. This thing is amazing.
Navage is available at Navage.com or at Walmart, Walgreens, CVS, and Rite Aid.
Tax time means a much-needed cash bonus for many people. But for business owners, it can mean the opposite. Hey, this is R.C. Hill from R.C. Hill, Mitsubishi in DeLand. My accountant said I need to reduce my tax burden now, so I'm going to overpay for your old car because I'd rather give you the money than the government. Get up to $4,297 more for your old car than it's actually worth. No matter where you bought the car, no matter how many miles are on it. It's simple. Trade in your old car you hate driving and get a new car today like a Mitsubishi Mirage 43 miles per gallon lifetime warranty. That That means most people can trade and lower their payment. Or let me double your tax refund up to $2,500. RC Hill Mitsubishi specializes in approving customers with below average credit scores. My goal this month is 100% credit approval. This month, my prices will not be beat. This sale ends when my accountant says enough is enough. I'm RC Hill at RC Hill Mitsubishi, Central Florida's first choice for new Mitsubishis. 2 locations, DeLand and now in Ocala. Or visit me at rchill.com. That's rchill.com.
Credit requires bank approval. See rchill.com for details.
You know you should clean your carpet and tile, but did you know there's a right way to clean? Russ Rollins here for Zero Res, and they have figured it out with their patented process that leaves zero sticky, soapy chemical residue behind. They bring their own special ZR water because it cleans better and it dries faster and it's safer for kids and pets. So, no hooking up to your water. Mention my name and you get 20% off your tile and grout cleaning. And carpet cleaning is only $49 per room. Go online to OrlandoZeroRes.com. That's Zero Res, spelled forwards or backwards. It's the right way to clean.
I'm Chris Riccobono, founder of Untuck It. When I started the brand, I wanted to make the perfect fitting untucked shirt. And over the years, we changed the way guys think about how they dress. The secret was our obsession over fabric quality, listening to what our customers wanted and making everything fit perfectly. Our fit team has mastered pants, polos, sports coats, and more. So we've got you covered from head to toe. Try what millions of guys already know and love. Shop today at untuckit.com or our 80-plus stores worldwide.
I'm John Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. Today, we're the largest injury firm in the world, and I'm thankful to you for trusting us all these years. We'll always be here for the people, not the powerful. We'll always be here for you. Morgan & Morgan.
Visit forthepeople.com for an office near you. This earful of real radio is brought to you by JustCallMo.com. Injured on the go? JustCallMo.com.
On a constant quest to stay calm, like that bear in the hammock.
For Just Okay 8, we're just days away. It'll be Saturday, March 16th at Plaza Live, and a lot of you coming from all over the place to come hang out with us for a fun night. Oh, yeah. If you haven't gotten your tickets yet, well, do that. You got time to do it right now. Go over to realradio.fm/justokay. Just Okay, it's sponsored by Mills Air, and it's going to be a blast. So make sure you're out there with us. Tips at thenewsjunkie.com. And another Chris emails the show. He says, podcast listener, and I didn't know how to email C-Lane. He says, I love the movie Ready to Rumble as well, but I hated how they promoted it with WCW even giving him a championship belt. However, the documentary You Cannot Kill David Arquette is his apology tour, diving into wrestling with hardcore matches, backyard matches, wrestling in Mexican street crosswalks, and nearly dying. It's a great watch, and I think anybody could forgive him for the hate that movie received. Signed, another Chris.
I don't really follow wrestling. So I don't know that I would say that I loved that movie. I just I saw it a lot. It was one of the, maybe it was a cheap movie to run, but it was a funny movie. But I didn't know they gave somebody a wrestling belt for that.
Yeah,
That's
I wasn't
weird.
aware of that either. That's new to me, but I don't follow that stuff closely. What's super exciting for me is you're about to go into another world of television and movie entertainment that will probably start in like 6 months or so, C-Lane, and then will last for like a long period of time where a lot of the things that are on your television or that you're encountering are going to be stuff for this Jackson stuff, right?
Yeah.
Like, so you could get re-immersed into things like wrestling, or obviously you will be immersed into different cartoons and whatever the kid wants to watch as he's growing up. It's so weird how as an adult, like, you've faded away from all those things. You probably don't know what kids watch on Disney, Nickelodeon, any of that stuff.
I didn't even know you could still watch Disney and Nickelodeon.
Right. But now
Nickelodeon, because I watched a little bit of the Super Bowl on it.
You get thrust right back into that, and you're going to know about Bluey. You're going to know about, who's the one that Sabrina's always talking about? Miss Rachel. You're going to know about all of these. The parents who have kids 2, 3, 4, 5 years old, they know. They know that's a whole different world that they're in. It's like, I remember one time on the show, I started singing the hot dog song from the Mickey Mouse cartoon.
Hot dog.
Hot diggity dog.
Hot dog yum.
When you start singing that, every parent ever is like, oh my God. Because they don't watch it for themselves, but that's stuck so deeply and permanently. Or when you guys do the fruit salad yummy, which is, I think, the Wiggles?
Yeah.
Is that what that is?
We only know that because of...
Steezy.
Yeah, and we were at Okeechobee, and so that was not really a place for kids.
What about the kangaroo song? You know the kangaroo song?
No.
Kangaroo song.
Kangaroo song.
Super Steve. Yeah.
I don't know that
Big
one.
Daddy.
Singing kangaroo from far away. I like to hop, hop. What do you say?
I don't know that one. But now I do.
From Big Daddy.
Kind of glad I do. So we got that going for us. Before jury duty, there is a new phenomenon that has taken over for the Stanley Cups, not as in the hockey prize, but as in like the Stanley mugs, the Stanley drinks, the Stanley tumblers, whatever you like to call them. They had people freaking out for a little while. This says, move over, Stanley Cups. Trader Joe's mini tote bags are the latest product to go viral and end up on resale markets for hugely marked up prices. As a Trader Joe confirmed to Axios on Wednesday of this week that their $2.99 mini canvas bags sold more quickly than they anticipated and before the retailer promoted them. The small bags, which come in 4 colors, have been selling on eBay. Some of them listed up to $500 for the little bag.
All right.
And they said buy it now is around $128. And some of them have gone for like $18 in the auctions. Because all of a sudden, everybody wants to get their hands on these tote bags.
And then I saw on, almost rest in peace TikTok that there was one like Etsy Etsy creator. Store, there we go. That had bought all of them, like within a certain giant area of California, for example, and then took out all the stitching that said Trader Joe's, restitched it, sold it for a profit, but then they were like nowhere to be found for both Trader Joe's, customers, as well as anyone else who would just want tote bags like that.
I don't understand why this stuff happens. To me, when I looked at it, I was like, it looks like a tote bag. Yeah. It doesn't look like...
Find one of them and then trace it back to where they got it from and order them. And
although
that's it.
I do understand the reusable grocery bag phenomenon, and that's what we do for VIP. Whenever we do VIP at events, we put the stuff in one of those reusable grocery bags. And
but this year, we're doing the Trader Joe Canvas Tote Killer.
That's right, yeah. Killing that thing off, too. We're ahead of the curve for everything that you could think of. But I know the fascination with those because, like, Courtney has ones that she likes the best and ones that, she doesn't like as much. And so when we start, like, sourcing to get the News Junkie merch, like those reusable grocery bags that we'll have for VIP for just okay, we start to go, hey, I go, which ones are your favorites and why? What do you like about them? And start utilizing that. But they just seem like regular ass tote bags. Everybody wants to get one, I guess. Here we go. Let's do jury duty.
Court is now in session, so put your phone down and pay attention. Before we call the bailiff over to whip your ass, you're now on jury duty with the News Junkie.
Oh, now that kangaroo song is stuck in my head. God damn it.
You didn't even know it existed. How is it stuck in your head?
I don't even have the perfect version of it.
Kangaroo song.
Kangaroo song. Kangaroo song.
Okay.
I still love
that was cute.
Rob Schneider trying to learn how to spell. Hip hop.
We say that all the time at my house. Hip hop. Hip hop anonymous. You give him all the easy ones.
Great movie, I think. I don't even know if it holds up. But Jury Duty is brought to you by Mo DeWitt. 866-CALL-MO, 866-CALL-MO, or go to justcallmo.com.
Watch one of the new episodes of The Daily Show on Mondays when Jon Stewart's returning to the host desk, and then watch Big Daddy and look how much younger that guy looks.
I know.
It's insane.
Yeah. He does that in Half-Baked. In Half-Baked, when you see Jon Stewart, you're like, look at him. He's just a young guy. Jon Stewart is one of those guys who I like his craft. Like, even if I don't agree with him politically on certain things, I understand what he's doing. And I think most of the time, this is a big one for me, I think he's being intellectually honest. I don't like when people are like grifters. I think he believes what he's saying. You know, that's
mostly
those things.
There was something in one of his recent monologues that I thought, are we really like taking that at face value? It was something about saying that somebody with the President Trump camp said that when they had a bunch of supporters that President Trump wanted the military to shoot them. And I was like, was this do you think this was a legit order from the president, or was it just him going, oh, Jesus, can we just shoot them all? Like just, just being annoyed. Just being annoyed at your job.
You never know with Trump. Some of the lines, like the hardest game in the world is, did Trump actually say it? Because when it gets a little boring at the rally, or what was he intending here? It's hard.
You just vote and drop dead. You vote, you drop dead. You did. You're a patriot.
It's still good stuff. Okay, let's get to these stories. In Massachusetts, good news if you got busted for a misdemeanor marijuana charge. Massachusetts Governor Maura Healey announced Wednesday a plan to issue sweeping pardons for all misdemeanor marijuana convictions in the state. I think, and I know there'll be people like, we're freeing the criminals. What are we doing? I think this should happen a lot more. Here's why. When we decide as a culture, and you can disagree if you want, but we have decided as a culture that it doesn't make sense for marijuana to be categorized the way it is, and that while marijuana is something that has adverse effects on you, and I don't think is some magical medical drug like a lot of people do. It obviously is, I would argue, less bad for you in every way than alcohol or various other things that are completely legal or regulated in a different way in this country. And everybody has kind of gathered around this point. We're like, who cares if people smoke weed? Who cares? And I think most people also agree, if somebody just has marijuana, that throwing that person in jail is ridiculous. It's absolutely insane that somebody would be going to jail for a marijuana charge. So when you do that and you as a society make it legal for medical use or for just decriminalize it like some states have, and then you have people who still have that as a charge on their record, it doesn't make any sense. It's like everybody has agreed that this shouldn't be illegal, but because we charged these people before, we just keep the charges on their records. I think this is fine. And that's what they're doing in Massachusetts for people with misdemeanor charges of possession of marijuana.
And from what I understand, the state of Florida is just given the green light, pun intended, for like 22 new medical marijuana dispensaries.
Oh, really? That's surprising.
So in the next year or so, we're going to see a lot more companies.
The reason why I say that's surprising for those of you who aren't in Florida is we passed marijuana in our state to make it a medical, to make it legal medically if you have a prescription. And then the politicians were like, nah, you know what? I noticed that you voted for this, voters, but nah.
Well, they tried to put up roadblocks, too. They tried to say, all right, well, we'll legalize the medical marijuana, but you can't vape it, you can't eat it, you can only smoke it.
Just look at it, kind of.
Yeah.
And then also you can't smoke it.
Right. Yeah, so it just didn't make a lot of sense. So that's interesting news. Positive development, I guess. And in another courtroom, James Crumbly, he is the father of that Michigan school shooter. His mom ended up going to jail. She got sentenced for, they believe, helping him out or, being an accessory to that. The father is now waiting the jury's response, the sentence. Well, not the sentence, the verdict is what he's waiting for as that trial is resting. And I don't know, it'd be interesting if he was found not guilty and she was found guilty. It's the same case against both of them, just different juries. We'll see what happens with that. Okay, when we come back, we'll get to Jeff Bezos in a creepy-ass robot. Plus, we'll hear from you with your dispatches. And Mike Tyson, how's he doing? Getting ready for this boxing match?
Heck yes.
Does it look like he's going to be successful? We'll dive into that world as well. It's all coming up next on the News Junkie.
Orlando City heads to the ATL to face Atlanta United FC for a Sunday showdown. Coverage begins this Sunday at 6:30 p.m. on Real Radio 104.1.
From the Clausman Law Traffic Center, car crash, call Clausman Law. ClausmanLaw.com.
It's pretty mellow on some of the major roadways. Florida's Turnpike, the Greenway, no major issues on State Road 429. You could expect your regular congestion on Colonial Drive by the interstate and bumper-to-bumper traffic on I-4 eastbound before US 27 and approaching State Road 429. If you see any traffic troubles, please call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change Traffic Tip Line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm James Birmingham.
This report is sponsored by ExpressPros.com. Let Express Employment Professionals help you hire for contract or full-time jobs. Forget about posting jobs, sifting through resumes, and interviews with unqualified applicants. Go to ExpressPros.com to find the location near you. That's ExpressPros.com.
This earful of Real Radio is sponsored by Wassey's Meat Market, the best place to buy a big green egg.
Get ready. Mills Air presents the News Junkies Just OK 8 at the Plaza Live March 16th. Spend your St. Patrick's Day weekend with the 3 best friends you never knew you had and some of their best friends like Baby Sloth, Young Takes, the Shabooms, Savvy's Little Helpers, and a band from Sean and C Lane that has yet to be named.
So obviously they put a lot of thought into this.
Enjoy a beatbox, the original Party Punch, meet Baby Sloth, and hang out in the Mo Zone, courtesy of JustCallMo.com. Just OK 8, Saturday, March 16th at the Plaza Live. Get your tickets now at realradio.fm/JustOK.
Fraudulent tax returns due to identity theft increased by 30% in 2023. If you're in a bind this tax season, LifeLock can help. Their U.S.-based restoration specialists are dedicated to helping solve identity theft issues, and all plans are backed by the $1 Million Protection Package, which means if you lose money because of identity theft, LifeLock will reimburse you up to the limits of your plan. Help protect your information with LifeLock. Go to LifeLock.com and save up to 25% your first year with my name, Clay, as your promo code.
To thank you for 40 unforgettable years, Dell Technologies is celebrating with anniversary savings on their most popular tech. For a limited time only, save on select next-gen PCs like the XPS 13 Plus, powered by Intel Core processors and more. Plus, curate your dream setup with great deals on select monitors, mice, and more must-have electronics and accessories. When you shop online at Dell.com/deals, you'll have access to leading-edge technology and free shipping on everything. Again, that's Dell.com/deals.
Tommy Mello here, owner of A1 Garage Door Service. Springtime savings are here, and now is the perfect time to service your garage. Don't wait until a simple garage door repair becomes a major problem. Call A1 Garage today and receive the best service, best parts, and best warranty in the industry.
At Mayo Clinic in Florida, we're conquering the unconquerable. Using artificial intelligence and data, our experts can create a personalized gene roadmap just for you, customizing your cancer treatment, giving your body exactly what it needs to fight the disease. We're making more possible at Mayo Clinic because every day we're doing what's never been done. Learn more at mayoclinic.org/possible. Mayo Clinic. You know where to go.
Did you know that your largest investment asset might not be your retirement account or home? I'm Jay Jackson, CEO of Abacus Life. Most people don't realize that their life insurance policy is actually an asset they can sell. But for almost 20 years, Abacus has been purchasing life insurance policies from seniors just like you. We've even created a free policy value calculator at abacuspays.com so you can find out in seconds what we might pay for your policy. There are no fees and no obligations, just information. Knowing the value of your life insurance policy is as important as knowing the value of your home, your equity portfolio, or your finances in total. Discover the valuable information you need to understand the current market value for your life insurance, and then get real value from your life insurance when you need it with Abacus. Visit abacuspays.com to learn more and use our free policy value calculator today.
Getting quality employees to fill positions in your company is essential, but finding those people can be a major hassle unless you use ZipRecruiter. ZipRecruiter makes finding quality people a breeze. ZipRecruiter's advanced technology identifies candidates with the right skills, sends you great matches, then you can easily invite them to apply. 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. See for yourself. Go to ZipRecruiter.com/free to try ZipRecruiter for free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
Are you over 30 and putting off life insurance? It's time to get a quick quote from Ethos. A better, easier way to get term life insurance. All online with no medical exam. Answer a few health questions and you could be approved for up to $2 million. Isn't it worth 10 minutes to help protect your family's financial security? Ethos. Up to $2 million in coverage with no medical exam. Some policies as low as $1 a day. Answer a few health questions and get your free quote at checkethos.com. That's checkethos.com.
Hey, let's get out of here. With Audible, we could root for a lone astronaut as he tries to save Earth from disaster. Maybe go for a run with the founder of the world's biggest sneaker brand. We could get the tea on the real-life media mogul succession drama. Or find out what life is really like for an Oscar-winning actress. I mean, with Audible, we could go anywhere. There's more to imagine when we listen. Hear the latest audiobooks, podcasts, and originals at audible.com.
Beat the buzzer and get closeout pricing on all remaining 2023 models at Sutherland Nissan Orlando.
Broadcasting live from the injury law firm of Kaufman and Lind Studios. Why Kaufman and Lind? Because you deserve better. Contact them at whenyounneedus.com or dial pound 546 on your cell phone. This is WTKS FM HD1 Cocoa Beach, Orlando. Listen on your free iHeartRadio app for all your music, radio, and podcasts. Hear it here first. Then everyone else will catch up in a week or 2 or 4. You're listening.
The more I get into freak out territory, and there's so many people who I wouldn't blame you if you were on edge about this. I talk about being on edge about flying on Boeing planes right now. But if I worked in a job, and I kind of do, a little tiny bit, but if I worked in a job where more so I thought the AI stuff would take over, I would be real worried. I would be very worried about that. Because all these corporations right now are going to say one thing and do another. What's the one thing that they're going to say? The corporations are now going to say, we're just going to use AI to help out our current employees and to make their jobs easier. We're going to utilize AI to make our employees more efficient and more productive. That's what they're saying. That's what our company is even saying. Our radio saying the same thing. Like, don't worry, folks. We're not going to replace you with the AI. What we're going to do is we're just going to make you more productive.
About automation.
I know. And so they're saying that. All these companies are saying this, when in reality, the way it's going to work is just as you imagine. When companies realize they don't need people for stuff, they don't have that many people. I talked not that long ago on the show about there being a documentary. It was like a documentary I stumbled on that I watched about the Cadbury facility, like the Cadbury chocolate facility.
Yeah.
And I start watching this, and they said at the beginning of the factory, they had like hundreds of employees swarming everywhere. It was a bustle of activity. Humans working as far as the eye could see, all with good paying jobs from Cadbury. And then they went and they flash forward to now, right? And when you get to the now, there's like 4 people running the whole place.
Must be nice.
Robots, vats of stuff, all of those jobs have disappeared. AI is going to do that times 1,000,000. And it's going to be fast when it happens, too. Like, one thing that I could see happening very quickly, all these people that are programmers right now, and it's been amazing for countries like India, Pakistan, all these kind of countries that got in on the programming wave. That's where all the programmers are from, and they get really good jobs. They get 6-figure jobs to help out companies and do the programming they want. But when that company can just plug into ChatGPT, hey, I need Python code that says this and does this, and it spits it out for them, and it could debug itself, and it's better than a human, your job is done, man. It's over.
But you got to get ahead of it. You have to be the one who is like, well, you never know. This is all very new technology. You're going to, when that messes up or does the wrong code, you're going to need someone to back you up, to get in there and make sure.
Yeah, for a while, you'll probably have that. You'll have people go, well, it's not going to be perfect, so we need an actual programmer to oversee this. But the moment that they see that the AI is more accurate and that we don't need to be paying somebody a 6-figure income to do this, gone. And there's so many jobs that could happen to. When the AI for graphic design gets just a little bit better, C-Lane's been playing around with this a little bit. When you could just type in, I want a logo for my trucking company. It's called Wasson Trucking. I want it to have an eagle in the logo, and I want the eagle to be wearing a pair of Ray-Ban sunglasses. Boom! Spits it out for you. The moment that's just something that everybody could do with ease is the moment those graphic designers are screwed. You're done for. Why are they going to pay somebody when they can get it? So these are big issues that are going to just wipe out a giant sector of the workforce, or just overall a lot of people. But I'm also worried about the robot side of things. And now you got Jeff Bezos and a couple other companies like NVIDIA. C-Lane knows the company NVIDIA, I'm sure. They make like graphics cards and stuff.
Oh,
and
big graphics cards fan?
Yeah, this is like the biggest one.
Like Raspberry?
If you know, like, well,
yes.
It could. Well, Raspberry Pi is very different.
Okay, all right.
Raspberry Pi is like
out of the conversation.
A small little computer that could usually fit in the palm of your hand that you can program yourself to do various things, I think, is a way to say what that is. But NVIDIA makes all of these different, like, cards for computers, and they are buying into this robot, and it's so wild looking, this thing. I'm trying to find a video of it. Here's the photo if you're watching on YouTube and twitch.tv/thenewsjunkie. It's called, I'm trying to, wait, hold on. It's called, Brett Adcock is the person behind this, and it's called Figure. And they're bipedal robots with dexterous hands that are joining the labor force this year, a trend that's expected to gain steam. They said there's $675 million in Series B funding that has gone into this company, Figure, and it's supposed to be a really, really big deal. I thought that they'd have a video at this. Let me see. I'll put in Figure Robot in YouTube and see if I can bring that up. But it's very impressive. Beep, boop. Figure Robot demo. That's what we're looking for here. This is all related to everything that's been happening from OpenAI to various different things. Oh, here's Figure status update. All right. Figure 1 plus OpenAI speech to text. This is the robot that they've created. It's got
Figure 1
screen on its face.
Now?
Why does it have to be so muscular?
I see a red apple on a plate in the center of the table.
That's not real.
A drying rack with cups and a plate.
Yeah,
and
that's real.
Listen to the voice. You're telling me now they figured out how to make it non-robot voice?
It's still a little tiny bit robot-y, but no, that's totally real. The machine is saying everything that it sees in front of it
Sounds
using
like a sales guy
cameras.
we have here at iHeart. Real talk.
It is. That's an actual AI that's doing it.
Hey, Figure 1, what do you see right now?
Took it a little while, though, right?
I see a red apple on a plate in the center of the table, a drying rack with cups and a plate, and you standing nearby with your hand on the table.
Damn.
Great. Can I have something to eat?
All right, what's it going to do?
Sure thing.
All right. Grabs the apple and hands the guy the apple.
I'm allergic to apples.
Great. Can you explain why you did what you just did while you pick up this trash?
Oh, 2 tasks at once.
Oh, God.
On it. So I gave you the apple because it's the only edible item I could provide you with from the table.
It just said,
Yeah.
It just said,
That's weird, man. It's got like 2 tasks going on.
Come on, man.
It's cleaning up
How many
stuff.
times did they go over this and rehearse it until they filmed it? Okay.
I don't know how does this make you feel when you see this robot? The robot
sus.
is like,
I'm sus.
It's got like a metal chest on it. It's got a lot of like pistons and stuff for its arms, and its face is a little screen. And it's a little concerning to me. I don't know, something about it is a little uncomfortable to look at. But I'm impressed, man. This is Sam's calling shenanigans. This is real. It's a real company. It's called Figure. That's the name of the company. They've drawn a $675 million investment from Jeff Bezos, NVIDIA, ChatGPT maker, OpenAI, and others. So they're working directly with the OpenAI people and trying to get some money off that. Justin says, not real. Somebody is talking in a mic off screen. That's not what's happening here. This is the real deal. See if they ask any more questions.
Great. So based on the scene right now, where do you think the dishes in front of you go next?
Processing. They got to make them faster.
The dishes on the table, like that plate and cup, are likely to go into the drying rack next.
Great. Can you put them there?
It sounds pretty real. Like the way that they've done this with the ums and the ahs.
But why
and
do
the
they have to say
Because it makes us feel more comfortable
I don't
as
feel
human
comfortable
beings.
with it. Actually, I think I would feel more comfortable with the robot voice.
This guy
Or I could tell the
is
difference.
interacting with like a big piece of the future, I feel. And that's something that'll show up for work every day on time, won't complain, won't do anything that's going to irritate you, doesn't have different political opinions. It doesn't have opinions. It
Not
just
yet.
sits there. It's a robot, and it just does all the jobs, right? That is what we're looking at, man. That is a crazy thing to consider. I'll put this up on See It Now since there's a big visual element to this. I want to see what you think about it. Go over to thenewsjunkie.com and check out the See It Now section over there. Plus, Mike Tyson is getting ready, man. He's training. He did his day one training for this big fight he's getting in with Jake Paul, one of the Paul brothers. And you guys both, I believe, tell me if I got you wrong here, but I think you guys both are suggesting you think Mike Tyson is going to win this thing.
I also, yes, I agree.
I think
with
he's
that.
got a decent shot.
All right,
I
both
also
of you are
saw these
leaning.
weird rules pop up, and I don't know if it's real or not.
What rules? What was it?
They're saying, and I have not verified. I should have done my research before I do this, so this is all alleged. But that, we heard the thing about the gloves and
Right.
the helmets or the face masks or whatever,
Mhm.
that they can use performance-enhancing drugs.
Oh, really? They
And
could be like
that-
on steroids?
And this is also what I heard. Rumor has it that Jake Paul will be allowed to tag in his brother, and at one point it'll be 2 against 1. I'm just saying to make it a whole show. All right, I'm just saying this. What I heard, man.
I don't know if that's true, but I kind of want some of it to be true. It would be fun. I could see them not doing a drug test because I know Mike Tyson smokes a lot of weed. And
Yes, he
if they did a drug test and they were
But
looking for weed.
when they drug test, I don't think they would look for weed. Weed doesn't help you box.
I'm not sure. And it might not be a sanctioned thing anyways. Here he is. I'm going to mute this in case he curses. I don't know if Tyson's going to curse on me here. But this is him getting ready, day one.
Oh, yeah,
I mean, it's
he's
edited
getting it.
together, but he's still fast. He is like
And look at his body.
He's almost 60 years old. He looks like he's in good shape. He's still moving fast, man.
You know
and
why?
with power
'Cause he's
behind him.
bat-ass crazy.
Yeah, he's got that crazy in him, and you can't learn that. You just got to have it.
And then I saw the video of Jake, and I'm like, oh, you're kind of like dad-bodding it for this.
Oh, really?
He's
He
trying
needs to
to put
step
on
it
the
up
weight.
then. He better take this seriously because Mike Tyson is still a scary character, man. He's still got some skills. What do you think? Let us know. Go to thenewsjunkie.com. Record your dispatch right now. As I put that robot from the company Figure up on See It Now, you can cruise over there and see that and join us before the show ends today with your dispatch. No matter what kind of phone you have, a laptop, any of those good things, go over to thenewsjunkie.com to record yours. A woman lost her cat and was able to find it somehow, some way, a long time later. What happened? Wait till you hear the details in this story, and then we'll get to more of your input because I haven't played enough dispatches today. That is coming up next on the News Junkie.
Real Radio is on X at Real Radio 1041. Sponsored by the law offices of Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Have you been in an accident? Call the law offices of Anajar and Levine at 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747-3733. From the Clausman Law Traffic Center, car crash, call Clausman Law. ClausmanLaw.com.
There's multiple accidents to watch out for this afternoon on State Road 436 westbound approaching I-4. The right lane is blocked, and the on-ramp from State Road 436 to I-4 is partially blocked as well. Just travel with caution in that area. Heavy congestion on I-4. You could expect your regular delays before US 27 and approaching Sand Lake Road as well. If you see any traffic troubles, please call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change Traffic Tip Line at 866-676-8477 from the Traffic Center. I'm James Birmingham.
This report is sponsored by InvisibleFence.com. Going stir crazy with your pet? Invisible Fence brand works in any weather so you can stay warm while your dog gets their energy out in the yard. Their local pet experts work with you to create a customized solution tailored to fit your pet. Learn more about how pets like yours gain independence at InvisibleFence.com.
Orlando Science Center has spring break down to a science. Your child can play to learn in Kids Town. Now at Orlando Science Center, it's 4 floors of fun and discovery waiting for you. Explore the technology of transportation with Going Places. Build your own dream creation in the makerspace. Or get face-to-face with the T-Rex in the dinosaur exhibit. Little ones can splash, climb, and tinker their way to learning in Kids Town. And more. Admission includes access to all exhibits, movies, and live shows. Get tickets and info at osc.org.
Frank Gay has something cool for you. Keep your AC running smoothly with a tune-up for only $89 for a limited time. Friendly, speedy, and expert service. That's the Frank Gay way. Visit frankgayservices.com or call for details.
Hey, let's get out of here. With Audible, we could root for a lone astronaut as he tries to save Earth from disaster. Maybe go for a run with the founder of the world's biggest sneaker brand. We could get the tea on the real-life media mogul succession drama. Or find out what life is really like for an Oscar-winning actress. I mean, with Audible, we could go anywhere. There's more to imagine when we listen. Hear the latest audiobooks, podcasts, and originals at audible.com.
Hey homeowners, Russ Rollins here to talk to you about something serious, your power bill. Last summer was tough, but this year could be even worse. So don't wait until the last minute to get protection and savings from solar power and backup power. Solar Source has a new pay-as-you-go solar package that lets you start with an affordable base system and add solar panels over time. Plus, their pay-as-you-go battery backup is awesome, and it lets you add critical backup power as you go. Schedule a free consultation at solarsource.com/monsters. Get ready for a stress-free summer.
Hey, let's get out of here. With Audible, we could root for a lone astronaut as he tries to save Earth from disaster. Maybe go for a run with the founder of the world's biggest sneaker brand. We could get the tea on the real-life media mogul succession drama. Or find out what life is really like for an Oscar-winning actress. I mean, with Audible, we could go anywhere. There's more to imagine when we listen. Hear the latest audiobooks, podcasts, and originals at audible.com.
Get ready, because Scott's is taking over Daylight Saving Time. It's such a big event that we're calling it Day-Long Saving Time. And now it's got real savings. In fact, it's the biggest deals of the year. Audacious? Absolutely. So don't wait. Stock up early and you'll be able to save up to $20 on Scott's Triple Action and Easy Seed products today at the Home Depot, Lowe's, or Ace Hardware. Offers available March 7th through 20th at select U.S. stores while supplies last. Selection varies by location. See store for exact offers.
Are you paying too much for term life insurance? There's a tremendous price war in term life. Industry rates have dropped dramatically in the past few years. For example, a man aged 45, non-smoker, can get $1 million of coverage for $75 per month, level rate for 10 years. Or a man aged 50, non-smoker, can obtain $500,000 of coverage for a monthly premium of $110 level rate for 20 years. That's right, guaranteed level rate for 20 years. If you're a smoker, we have great rates available for you as well. At Term Busters, we specialize in policies of $500,000 and above. If you're looking for new or replacement term life insurance, call for a free quote today. 800-200-2250. That's 800-200-2250. Don't wait. Call 800-200-2250. 800-200-2250. Sample rate quotes based on preferred non-smoker rate class. Exam required to qualify.
If you're the victim of a car crash, never rush to settle with the insurance companies and never settle for just any attorney. Demand Anna Jar Levine. Call 1-800-747-FREE for a free consultation and take back control of your life.
In Office Orlando.
Pizza's here.
Oh, great. I'd love some, but I'm worried about my stomach issues.
If you're worried about having diarrhea, gas, bloating, stomach pain, or loose, oily stools, it may not just be stomach issues. It could be a condition called exocrine pancreatic insufficiency, or EPI. With EPI, the pancreas doesn't release enough enzymes to break down food, but EPI is manageable. Use the symptom checker at EPI.com and talk to your doctor. That's identifyepi.com. Sponsored by AbbVie.
Sneezing, coughing, stuffy nose, runny nose, postnasal drip, interrupted sleeping. I was groggy at the end of the day.
Allergies and sinus congestion were making Jana miserable. Then, a friend recommended Navage. Navage provides immediate drug-free congestion relief, flushing your nasal passages with refreshing saline and sucking out mucus, germs, and other airborne irritants. Navage helps you breathe easier, sleep better, and feel your best right away.
Navage gave me instant relief. I didn't have to wait 30 minutes. I didn't have to wait an hour, 90 minutes. I didn't have to wait a minute. I ran the rinse and I felt better.
Stop suffering from congestion and start breathing and feeling your best again with Navage. Navage.
I've had people ask me how I find relief, and I tell them Navage immediately. This thing is amazing.
Navage is available at Navage.com or at Walmart, Walgreens, CVS, and Rite Aid.
If you love sports and scandal, then join me, ESPN broadcaster Jay Harris, each week for Playing Dirty Sports Scandals, the newest podcast from executive producer Dan Patrick. From current scandals like MMA champ Cain Velasquez's armed car chase to historic shockers like the biggest Little League cheat, Playing Dirty Sports Scandals doesn't shy away from dark details and always packs a punch. Never miss the dirt, people. Listen to Playing Dirty Sports Scandals on the iHeartRadio app or wherever you get your podcasts.
Discover the new Buick SUVs in stock now at orangebuickgmc.com. We are professional grade.
Riding the daily roller coaster of viral news from the front row.
A woman in Georgia lost her cat. Okay, her cat was missing, and she ended up finding the cat, and it was about a mile away from her house, but it was 7 years later that she found this missing cat.
These are the ones that, like, I feel like I understand them more if they're like, we found them 10 years later in another state, like across the country. But it was only a mile away from the house. What has it been doing for 7 years?
It's been living with a colony of stray cats.
Oh, gosh.
Okay.
Now what do you
Makes
do? If you have your cat, it gets out, it lives with a colony of stray cats for 7 years. Aren't you almost like doing something messed up by taking the cat back in?
I don't know. I don't know. That will never happen with my cats. I'll tell you that much.
Yeah. I mean, God forbid your cat gets out, you freak out.
No, I don't see that being an issue. Because if you find a colony of stray cats, usually it's in a bank parking lot. That's where they always hang out. Bank parking lots.
They love money and lollipops.
And so you go to the bank parking lot. There's a bunch of stray cats there. If you take one of them, bring it home, feed it, and make it your own, have you done something wrong? You've adopted a cat off the street.
I don't know. I mean, what I'm doing is I'm anthropomorphizing the cat in big ways. Like
you nailed that one. That was exactly what it's called.
Did I get it wrong?
I don't know.
Anthropomorphizing.
Sure.
When I think about it, I think like the cat's like, man, I'm hanging out with my friends. We're just chilling in the bank parking lot. And then this person
took me 2 years to get accepted into this group.
Yeah, where I work my way into this community of cats, and like I have one that I'm in love with, and we've got kittens of our own, and these are all like my kids around me. And then the human shows up and goes, "Hey, I remember you. You ran out the back door 7 years ago.
Where were you?"
Puts the cat in the car because this woman took the cat home. She said she brought the cat to the vet. The now 12-year-old cat is being treated for a minor upper respiratory infection, but otherwise is in good health. And he says he's currently resting and getting to know his way around the house again. They said, I lived next door to 30 acres in woods, so I just kind of assumed that maybe a coyote had gotten him.
Oh, okay.
And I really didn't think he was out there for so long. I kind of didn't have any hope left, they said. But then they found her Lynx Point Siamese mix named Kevin Durant. That's the name of the cat.
For sure that was your cat.
Hey, he was a rookie when that was named.
It's chipped.
Probably
the cat
not.
is chipped, so they knew that it was actually hers. And so it's a weird conundrum where you go, should you just leave the cat in its new home, or should you bring it back to your house? And how much does the cat know about its existence and what's happening around it and what would be better
They're
for it?
very smart.
They're smart. They're not dumb.
When cats get lost, I mean, they don't really get lost. They're within their zone. I mean, there was this like crazy documentary where they strapped like a GPS to neighborhood cats, outside cats that still technically are cared by somebody, and they did their routes. And it's like the same thing over and over again.
Yep.
Like, they have their system.
Yeah, they do. And
that's
it's
pretty cool. You think that cat in Thornton Park like just does the same stuff?
Lulu,
Yeah.
sweet Lulu, absolutely. Without a doubt. This cat in Thornton Park not only is beloved by everybody in the area, it has its own calendar, and then whenever it wants, despite maybe some food laws, just pops into the restaurant, can hop on the bar, everyone pets it, loves it, and then it moves on with its day.
Isn't it funny how we as humans will let certain animals do that, but if other animals try to do that, we'll be like,
gross,
whoa!
Kill it.
Just if a goose tried to come into the front of your restaurant or something,
They could come into my restaurant.
You'd be like, what the hell? And you freak out. If a bear was like, I'm going to go into this hot dog place, people in the hot dog place would be like,
hot dogs.
They'd go get a gun or something and try to kill the bear.
That kind of makes sense.
But a cat, we're like, oh, how adorable is
Cute.
that? Look at this
It's our
thing.
neighborhood cat.
If a squirrel broke through mentally and said, I'm going to befriend these humans and I'm just going to show up at this restaurant once a day and hang out with them, we're like, it's got rabies. This thing is going to make me sick. We should kill it immediately. Cats, we let do it. This woman found her cat after 7 years. Absolutely crazy. The only time I've had anything close to that happen to me was when I had my cat Garfield, which I told you guys about Garfield. And Garfield, at least according to my mom, left the house. He was only a couple years old, maybe 3 years old or something. And he left the house because my mom said usually they do that when they have cancer and he was going to die. Now, my mom didn't have any other reason really to believe that said cat had cancer, but my mom said that. And then so many years later, I was driving way out in the acreage where I lived, and I was delivering water. And I went into this house. I dropped off the water bottles, and I got back into the truck. And when I got back into the truck, there was a cat in the passenger side of the truck on the seat. And the cat just meows at me when I look over. And I swear to God, I had like an otherworldly feeling go through my body.
It was Garfield?
I was like, I think that's Garfield. I looked exactly like I felt. I was like, oh my God.
Did you say something to your parents?
I didn't. I didn't live with my parents at the time, but I was like, I think that's Garfield. I said, that looks exactly like him. And he would be like an older cat now, but he would still be alive. And then I opened the passenger side door and the cat ran out and I never saw it again. And that was the end of that. So maybe it was Garfield all those years later, but I wouldn't have been able to prove it anyways. Like I didn't have a chip in the cat or anything. This was old school.
You just
Garfield
come
just
here,
run the
Garfield.
neighborhood.
Come on, it's me, Sean.
And by the way,
Scooter.
to what you were saying, Sabrina, with the cameras that I have at my house, like this one that's locked on you, I can see the cats in the neighborhood do exactly what you're saying. The rounds that they do every day, around the same time, they do. It's like, oh, here comes the orange cat, and you see them do their little like loops through the neighborhood and stuff. There's something cool about cats, man. I don't know what it is, but we don't need to get into that any deeper. Just think about it.
No, we got time.
No, just on the surface. Just think about it. There's something cool about cats. Sean, 2024.
All right.
All right. Now we got to get over to something that is unfortunately a little darker in nature.
Killing cats.
I'm not sure why this is going this way. You guys remember the couple that had their poor child, their 7-year-old child, die at a Florida beach while digging holes? This happened not that long ago.
They were from out of town, right? They were from up north, I think.
Possibly. They are the parents of Sloan Mattingly. They say she was buried alive on a Florida beach while playing with her brother. They said that the danger of sandholes never even crossed their minds. And the thing that was kind of strange to me is they're apologizing in these interviews that they're doing. And they're apologizing to anybody who may have seen this on the beach and saw what happened and been emotionally impacted. I'm like, I don't blame, maybe some of you do. I don't blame the parents. I think it's a freak accident. These kind of things happen.
For sure.
I don't think it's
They're
indicative.
not aware of that. I got to be honest. There's, as children or those millennials, that's not something we were totally aware of.
No, I didn't
think
of
big holes.
I never once thought of the beach as like super dangerous if you're digging sand.
Not if you're not in the water.
No, I thought like this is fine. There's nothing wrong with this. But the parents are like upset and they're apologizing to people for what happened to their 7-year-old daughter. I just would want the parents to be okay. Obviously, this is a lot to swallow. Here's some of them on Good Morning America.
To you guys, this is such a vital message, and Sloan was such a light. Teresa and Jason say that losing their daughter Sloan to this tragic accident has turned their lives upside down. Just weeks later, as we head into the spring break season, they want parents to know about this hidden danger in the sand, and they're sharing Sloan's story to save other families from similar anguish.
Jeez, I can't even imagine.
The kids were looking up, finding seashells and playing in the sand.
Jason and Teresa Mattingly say they were enjoying the perfect beach day with their 2 young children when the unthinkable happened.
We go to the beach, we think of water and safety, and this never, ever once crossed my mind. And of course, looking now, I'm like, well, of course. And so that part's really frustrating.
God, that would suck so bad. It would be impossible not to blame yourself. In some cases, if this happened to you, for me, I could see why when some people have really bad things happen to them, they just say, well, that's enough for me in this life. I'm all done with this. I'll give you an example so you don't think I'm a lunatic here. The guy, I always think about this poor guy. The man who was holding his grandchild on a cruise ship, and he went to hold up his child against the glass on the side of this cruise ship and didn't realize there wasn't any glass there. And he ended up dropping his grandchild down into the water, and the kid died. And there was a trial for the charges against him and all kinds of stuff. All I think about is the ultimate punishment in this world is what that guy has to think about every single day. Just thinking about what you did. He knows what he did. He knows it was the worst mistake that anybody could ever make in your life. Just living with that. And these poor parents, I bet they're really beating themselves up. That absolutely sucks.
Last month, 7-year-old Sloan and her 9-year-old brother Maddox were digging in the sand at this Fort Lauderdale area beach when things took a devastating turn. The sandholes suddenly caved in on them. Sloan was completely buried beneath her brother.
Jason, you told me this happened in an instant.
It's kind of a blur, and it's probably maybe my mind protecting itself, but it just happened so fast. And in my mind, I had her in my hands, but the weight of the sand was too much.
Yeah, that absolutely sucks. They don't need to be sorry for anything, and I don't think that they're bad parents as a result of this, but maybe you do. Let us know. Send us a dispatch. Go to thenewsjunkie.com. Hit record on yours right now.
But like I said, I think you could maybe, and I wouldn't be the guy to do this because it's just an awful situation, but you could maybe make the argument criticizing their parenting if they were native Floridians that are used to going to the beach a lot and they have been around, situations like this before, as rare as it is. But I think these people were from I want to say Illinois or Indiana.
Yeah.
I want to say it's an I state. So I think that they want to experience the beach. They want to go on vacation. You want to dig holes.
Yeah.
I mean, it's such a freak awful accident that I feel bad that they're apologizing.
I know, me too. And the thing about it is they said we don't even take many vacations. We usually don't do stuff like this, but we decided that the kids needed an experience like this, and then it just worst possible scenario. Funny Name disagrees with my 2024 take on cats. Let's see what Funny Name has to say.
I'll jump right into it. Hot take. Cats are terrible, and if they were the size of dogs, they would kill us all and try to rule the world. They just make awful pets, and they stink, and they poo in your house, and they're just terrible.
Okay.
That's someone who had a bad experience with cats. Really hasn't had a cat in their life because cats are awesome.
I like cats. I've always been a fan.
So easy to take care of. They take care of themselves.
They are killing machines, though. He's not wrong about that.
Oh, they'll mess you up. And if you die and you're in your house, I mean,
gonna eat you.
They'll feed themselves.
It's gonna happen. Yeah,
they don't need you anymore.
The dogs will do that too, though.
Dogs will absolutely do that. We saw a dog. I wish I knew what kind of dog
Lexi's
this was.
dumbass would start eating me and then go, like eat too fast. She was licking the bottom of my foot yesterday, and then she came around and said, and now she's like, that's what you get, stupid.
Lady does this literally all the time. We'll take her on a walk, and she'll see like a piece of bark. And she'll eat the piece of bark, and we're like, what are you doing? And then all of a sudden, she's like, just dying and choking on it. Like,
Carl just barks at Luna and starts to, like, dry heave. And I'm like, you got too excited, buddy. Let's relax.
Look what you've done to yourself. What do you think? Let us know. Go over to thenewsjunkie.com. Hit record on Your Dispatch right now.
That family was from Indiana. Not a lot of beaches in Indiana, I don't think.
Damn. Yes, it's tough. We think about this from our perspective because... Number one, growing up, if you're in Florida or if you're in any other state where you're around water a lot, there's no excuse why you aren't taught to swim and why you don't learn to swim yourself if you weren't taught as a kid. It's a must-do thing. And unfortunately, a lot of people don't know that kind of stuff. But if you live in a state where you're not visiting beaches, or it's like a very rare thing for you, you would never think that my kid digging a hole over there, and they showed the hole in the news. It wasn't like some small hole that was very, very deep. It was a big, wide hole that they were digging. So it didn't even look like a super dangerous thing. It's very unfortunate. I feel bad for them. All right, we want to hear from you with your dispatches. As I said, go over to thenewsjunkie.com and send us your dispatch right now. When we come back, we'll do the final dispatches, stories that didn't make the cut, and today we're going to wrap everything up for a Thursday. That's all coming up next on the News Junkie.
Real radio is Real Music Weekends.
Real
Music Weekends. This weekend on Real Radio 104.1.
This weather report is brought to you by Mills Air.
I'm Fox 35 Storm Team meteorologist Jessica Dobson with a check of your Central Florida forecast. And for today, we're expecting plenty of sunshine and warm temperatures. Afternoon highs will climb well into the mid-80s with a high of 86 degrees for Orlando. Sunshine continues for our Friday. Temperatures inching their way closer to the 90-degree mark. Highs in the upper 80s for both Friday and Saturday. A high of 90 degrees, though, for Sunday before rain chances bring temperatures back down for Monday. From the Fox 35 Storm Team, I'm meteorologist Jessica Dobson.
This report is sponsored by Direct Auto. Direct Auto Insurance is for uncompromisers. With savings of up to 25%, you can stop compromising and keep driving. Get a free quote at directauto.com. Savings based on discounts can vary. How you buy can affect price. National General Group, Winston-Salem.
Embark on a journey through the most absurd moments of the human story with Ridiculous History, the podcast that explores the bizarre corners of human existence, like the evolution of the toilet, the story of Comic Sans, or the exploits of the notorious Aaron Burr.
Aaron Burr is like, one day, my life is going to be part of a musical.
However, though, he probably didn't necessarily at this point think that he was going to be the villain.
Listen to Ridiculous History on the iHeartRadio app or wherever you get your podcasts.
In St. Augustine, Ponte Vedra, it might feel like there's not enough time to take everything in. Because once you're done exploring 42 miles of pristine coast, marveling at historical architecture, and enjoying world-class food, it'll be time to check out and head home. But that's okay. You can always stay just one more day. Visit FloridasHistoricCoast.com to learn more. It's about time.
This is trial attorney Jeff Kaufman from the injury law firm of Kaufman and Lind. Yes, another attorney commercial. When people ask me what they should look for when they're hiring an attorney, I make it pretty simple. 1, has your attorney been practicing for more than 10 years? 2, do they pick up the phone when you call? And 3, do they actually care about you? If this works for you, contact us at whenyouneedus.com or dial pound 546. Office, Orlando.
Grab the beer and battered fish and chips for the light and fresh fare that never skimps on flavor. This beer battered cod is served with house-made tartar, malt vinegar, and French fries. Score them along with a 22-ounce Miller Lite or Coors Light for $12 every Friday from now through Easter. Or grab them with a soda or tea for just $10. Twin Peaks eats, drinks, scenic views.
Are you paying too much for term life insurance? There's a tremendous price war in term life. Industry rates have dropped dramatically in the past few years. For example, a man aged 45, non-smoker, can get $1 million of coverage for $75 per month, level rate for 10 years. Or a man aged 50, non-smoker, can obtain $500,000 of coverage for a monthly premium of $110, level rate for 20 years. That's right, guaranteed level rate for 20 years. If you're a smoker, we have great rates available for you as well. At Term Busters, we specialize in policies of $500,000 and above. If you're looking for new or replacement term life insurance, call for a free quote today. 800-200-2250. That's 800-200-2250. Don't wait. Call 800-200-2250. 800-200-2250. Sample rate quotes based on preferred non-smoker rate class. Exam required to qualify.
At Mayo Clinic in Florida, we're conquering the unconquerable. Using artificial intelligence and data, our experts can create a personalized gene roadmap just for you, customizing your cancer treatment, giving your body exactly what it needs to fight the disease. We're making more possible at Mayo Clinic, because every day we're doing what's never been done. Learn more at mayoclinic.org/possible. Mayo Clinic. You know where to go.
The following is a promotion of Guarantee Media and not iHeartMedia or this station. Attention! Our friends from Guarantee Media are giving away a 5-day Caribbean cruise with all meals and entertainment included for only $99 to the first 50 listeners to tell me the name of a country without the letter A in its name. You know it? A country that doesn't have the letter A on its name, and you'll go on a cruise to the Caribbean. Text your answer to 96551 and you'll get a 5-day Caribbean cruise with all meals and entertainment included. You heard right. Be one of the first 50 to text the name of a country without the letter A in its name, and you'll go on a 5-day cruise. Text your answer to 96551. That's 96551. Be one of the first 50 listeners to tell me a country without the letter A in its name and get a 5-day Caribbean cruise with all meals included for only $99. Text your answer to 96551. Text a country without the letter A in its name to 96551. This is not a contest. It is a paid advertising by Guarantee Media with the purpose of soliciting sales on vacation ownership and is not affiliated with iHeartMedia. Some terms and conditions apply.
Are allergies holding you back? Take control with Aspire Allergy and Sinus, your one-stop solution for a breath of fresh air. Our expert team offers comprehensive allergy testing and cutting-edge treatments so you can enjoy life without the hassles of sneezing and sniffles. Say goodbye to allergy and sinus struggles and hello to a healthier, happier you. Go to AspireAllergy.com today to ditch those temporary fixes and schedule your appointment. That's AspireAllergy.com.
The free iHeartRadio app has over 100 original stations like 24/7 Comedy.
If they were really donut holes, the bag would be empty.
When you need to laugh, just open the free iHeartRadio app and search Comedy.
Should we call someone? I'm like, no, that's his face.
iHeartRadio. Free never sounded so good.
I'm John Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. If you've been injured in an accident and would like to know the value of your case, go to forthepeople.com to see cases just like yours. You see, all lawyers are not the same. Morgan & Morgan.
Visit forthepeople.com for an office near you. This earful of real radio is brought to you by JustCallMo.com. Injured on the go? JustCallMo.com.
High diving face first into the world's most viral newsroom.
Cut. And today I want to wrap everything up for a Thursday. And this is enough to make me boil. Just my blood is at a very high temperature right now.
Oh, no.
Oh, God. On the way out, I see this story. I think somebody might have emailed it to me, which kicked me off on a journey to take a look at this. But remember the police officer? Loved this story when it first came out.
I already know what you're going to say.
The police officer who got pulled over by another cop.
Never mind.
And the police officer was off duty, and the on-duty cop pulled the cop over for speeding, and like he wasn't supposed to be doing what he was doing. Do you know who I am? And the cop pulled a, do you know who I am? And he was just out of it. He was enraged that this officer dared to pull him over. He put on display exactly the type of behavior that every police department, sheriff's office should be trying to avoid at all costs amongst their ranks. And the officer drove away. So it's like fleeing the scene, and all these other crimes that were committed by this person. And it says now Orlando police officer back on the job after fleeing traffic stop in Seminole County. They said an Orlando police officer who drove off after being pulled over by a Seminole County deputy for speeding is back on the job, according to OPD. Alexander Shawnee was arrested June 6 after a deputy spotted him in a marked Orlando police SUV going 80 and a 45. So he's going 80 and a 45. He's got no reason to do so. He gets pulled over by an on-duty cop, and then he's so mad and so butthurt that another cop of more. He freaks out and he drives away and leaves the scene of this, where he was pulled over. They said he was relieved of duty pending the Seminole County Sheriff's Office investigation and OPD investigation. They said he was authorized to return to work on January 19 after the resolution of Seminole County criminal case in accordance with department policy. The investigation is still in the review stage with Internal Affairs, they said. Anything related to the criminal investigation will have to be directed to the Seminole County Sheriff's Office. He faced charges of reckless driving, fleeing and eluding law enforcement, and resisting an officer without violence. But the state's attorney office decided not to pursue the case after he did some pretrial intervention. So he does a pretrial intervention. He takes some online course or some nonsense like that. And I've done something. I've learned from my issues here.
I mean, do you think that's a fireable offense? Like, you should never be a cop ever again?
For what he did? 1,000%. Yeah. I think that this guy should never be a cop, and I think he should be thrown behind bars. I think he violated multiple laws, obviously, and it's all on body cam. We could see it. I think he displayed the worst possible different things about his personality that would lead me to believe he is the worst person to be a cop. He displayed traits here that are like all of the red flags, all of the alarm bells. And he's back at work. He's back at work and no charges. They dropped the charges against this guy. This is the kind of stuff that makes people have no faith in law enforcement. This is the exact kind of stuff. You see a cop on video. He's going 80 and a 45. You see a hero cop step up and pull that cop over. That person should have been on the 9 o'clock news. That person should have been given all the awards. That person should have been the face of law enforcement here locally because they finally had the balls to do something that was the right thing to do, right? But what happens? Now the next cop's not going to do that because they get ostracized by all their fellow officers and nothing happens to the cop to begin with. Damn, that's bad. That is crazy. It's crazy that this kind of nonsense would happen. And it's going to keep happening until we do something else to hold them accountable. It may take changes in law. I don't know what. But a cop breaking the law multiple times and getting so angry. I'll never forget him screaming at this officer, speeding away. And then he gets his job back. God damn, man. It's an embarrassment. It's an embarrassment for Seminole County Sheriff's Office. It's an embarrassment for OPD. It's an embarrassment for anybody who investigated this and doesn't end up at a conclusion that suggests he could be fired. Now, I realize Internal Affairs is still investigating, but I don't know. My experience with Internal Affairs says that even if the cops are drunk and they're driving their vehicles and they're violating every other policy possible, they still will let them keep their jobs with a little slap on the wrist. So maybe that happens here too. Crazy, man. Absolutely crazy. Okay. We did all the dispatches. We did all the stories. It's time to get the hell out of here.
When did you say the last time you played a final dispatch was?
Fine. Doing it then. Doing it right now.
Short one.
I'm doing one right now. Here's David, and David's talking about Mike Tyson.
The Mike Tyson fight is a lose-lose for Jake Paul. If he beats Tyson, he beats up a 60-year-old man.
Mm-hmm.
If he loses to Tyson, he loses to a 60-year-old man.
No, I don't think people look at it like that. It's Mike Tyson.
No, a lot of people look at it like that.
You think so?
They're both consenting adults, and Mike Tyson is ripped.
No, if it was some rando who was almost 60 years old, definitely. But it's Mike Tyson, man. Mike Tyson's on a whole nother level.
Bit a man's ear off.
The guy's a legend, for God's sake. All right, you're going to be the final dispatch today. Let's get the hell out of here. Let's do today.
When was the last time you played more than one final dispatch?
I'm not doing it, man.
The following information may make you feel smarter, but will not actually increase your IQ. So don't get cocky. Now it's time for what we call Today I Learned.
is Today I Learned for a Thursday, March 14th, 2024. Abraham on Twitch says this is why he doesn't play Final Dispatches. That's fine. Everybody can have takes it, even if I disagree with them. But I just think it's a special case with Mike Tyson. Yes, he's 58 years old, but he's Mike Tyson. Like if somebody said, Sean, you got to go in the next room and there's a 58-year-old that you got to fight, I'd be like, all right, that's not so bad. The age difference should give me some sort of benefit. And then if you said that 58-year-old is Mike Tyson, I go, I freak out, full-on freak out.
Never mind.
I would not want to fight that man. Today I learned this video game right here. Yeah, Street Fighter. Oh, that's right, he got it. Street Fighter 2. A bug in the game Street Fighter 2 led to the birth of fighting game combos because it would allow you to do multiple attacks in a row. And when they started playing it, they're like, this is not supposed to happen, but also it's super cool. And that was the beginning of these fighting games going crazy. Then you got Mortal Kombat, and fatalities entered the equation.
God. Let's rip your spine out.
It was so violent,
Remember the blood code? Because some of the video game systems wouldn't let you put the blood?
Yeah, that was crazy when that came out. Today I learned humans, killer whales, narwhals, and a few other types of toothed whales are the only mammal species known to undergo menopause. Menopause has been reported in some elephants in captivity, in guppies. Dogs do not experience menopause, and female dogs are not considered good candidates for breeding at older ages, but they don't go through menopause.
That's weird. So does that mean dogs just have periods forever?
I guess they do. It just becomes more infrequent.
That sucks.
Not very predictable.
Well, menopause isn't exactly sweet relief.
No. All right, and let's see here to wrap everything up for the day. Folks, get your tickets to Just Okay 8. Go to realradio.fm/justokay to get yours now. Today I learned this band right here.
Linkin Park.
That's right, Linkin Park is correct. They were going to be called Linkin Park, Lincoln, but they couldn't name themselves after this park in Los Angeles because the domain was too expensive. The website was too expensive.
No.
They shorted it to Lincoln, Linkin, so they'd be just like Limp Bizkit on all the flyers. There you go. Hey, thank you so much for hanging out with us. We do appreciate it. We're back tomorrow, same time, same place. Missed any of the show? Get the podcast over at thenewsjunkie.com. We'll see you tomorrow, everybody.
I kept everything inside, didn't even know I tried.